that fentanyl though, you can make some money though. Damn this podcast.
There's lots of ways I can make money, but
listen,
I will be
damn this
under
podcast.
the prison.
You learn. Listen, you know how to whip that fentanyl brick though. Shit, you can get up out of here. I know some niggas who will pay you right now if you can goddamn cook a good batch.
You fuck around and get one motherfucking measurement off though, you gonna kill everybody in the city.
You gonna be Dia for real. What's the name? Dia for orange juice.
Diet. And I'm gonna get the reward money because I'm turning you in. Yeah, this hoe. Little gnaw.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Rat.
Listen, if I'm Bluetooth and I make a call, will it come through here?
Yeah, if you link it.
Okay.
Yeah, I make a call.
I'm finna make one real quick. Soon as we start, soon as you say we roll.
Connect. We already rolling.
We rolling?
Connect your phone though.
Yeah, I'm connected. That be connected. Watch this though.
Oh Lord.
I just don't. I'm gonna make it quick as I'm gonna make. I'll have to make her make it quick as possible. We good?
Let's
see if she pick up. You ready?
Yeah, it should work. What should work?
Y'all can hear?
Yeah, we can hear. Motherfucking
Look,
ringing,
me
son.
talking about yes, I ain't even got it.
Ain't got a headphone never nowhere near your head.
Hey, mama.
Hi.
You are live on Anxiety Issues Podcast, so don't say nothing incriminating.
Hey, auntie.
Hi, auntie. Who is this?
That's Boneface.
This is Anwan.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Hey, listen, can you do me a favor? Because I was going to tell a story, but I don't want them to think I'm crazy. Can you tell a story about when you saw Bigfoot?
Oh, my goodness. That was so many, many years back, actually. All I can say is this. When I saw something, we were traveling. I think we was in Portland, Maine at the time on the expressway, and your daddy was driving. And I happened to see something from the expressway, and I knew my eyes wasn't failing me. And I know we was moving at least about 60 to 65 miles per hour, but what I saw was this thing that really was running in front of these trees, okay? It was like a lot of trees, but this giant thing was in front of the line of trees, okay?
Right.
And he was moving like he was galloping, right?
What color was he?
Moving fast. He was kind of rusted, brownish color, hairy something, and he was just moving. And I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know if John sees this or not. And I don't want him to think I'm losing my mind, so I'm not going to say anything.
So you ain't say nothing. You ain't say nothing to Pops or me, did it?
No.
Okay, cool.
Being young right there, I definitely won't say anything to you. Like, do you see what I see?
How old was I?
I don't know, maybe 7, 6, 7, something like that. I don't know. But I definitely wasn't going to point it out. And by him being the driver, I'm thinking, okay, by the time I said, do you see what I see? He probably won't see it, or this thing could go back in the thickness in the woods, okay?
Okay.
So I kept my mouth shut. But that thing actually stayed in front of the wood line for my goodness, for about a good 3 to 4 minutes. And like in fast as we was going, you could still see it moving. Okay.
All right. I
wow.
I don't want to get you too hyped. I just wanted you to verify just a little bit of my story before I start telling it.
Because that's crazy. And that would be where you see Bigfoot in Maine.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, if this is someone playing a prank, then he's out, someone dressed like this big thing, well, they doing an excellent job, okay?
Listen,
so
he would have had to be Usain Bolt.
So you believe in Bigfoot, but you don't believe in dinosaurs?
But I seen Bigfoot. I ain't never seen no T-Rex.
You ain't running around.
Listen.
I'm a T-Rex.
I just, Mama, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted you to verify some of my story. I thank you for picking up. I appreciate it. I hope I ain't wake you up.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
Thanks for calling. Bye. Love you too.
Bye. All right, listen, I just wanted to make that phone call. Now, see, listen, my mama don't lie for nothing, though. Like, listen, honest story. If I murdered somebody and my mama knew it, she would tell on me. That's 1,000.
They asked her.
Absolutely. And she'd tell me God to work it out, and I'd be doing life. That's my mama. My mama's a narcissistic Christian, love her to death. She love the Lord, too. But you can't tell my mama nothing. Like, once my mama mind made up, that's what it is. So don't think I called her and she lied to help me out, bro. This is a true story. I was born in Maine. A lot of people don't know that. I'm born in Brunswick, Maine, right? Who born in Maine? I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know if Brunswick, Maine still exists, but I reckon it's on the planet, right? So I can remember dog being just 6 or 7, like on a road trip. You know what I'm saying? My daddy driving, my mama up front. I don't know where we was going. You know, I'm in the back just in my own world. You know, when you're a kid, you ain't listening to the music your mama and them got on. You
Right,
don't care
right.
I'm just looking out the window and I'm looking at the trees, bro. Cause like when I was young, I was real intrigued by how, like, you know, when you move fast, the trees just make one little line.
Right.
Like it's just like a tree.
Right.
You know, and I thought that was cool, you know. So I'm sitting there looking at the trees, and all of a sudden, man, we going about we on the interstate, bro, and it's like this object start forming. And I'm looking at this object, bro. I'm 6 or 7, so I don't really know what I'm looking at, bro. But I can clearly see this object. It was taller than the car, and it had to be about 50, 60 feet away. So it wasn't close, but it wasn't far.
Right,
that
right,
makes sense,
right,
right? But it's taller than the car. So now that I'm old and I understand depth perception, you understand what I
Right.
mean? If it was taller than the car that far away, that motherfucker was tall.
It was about 8, 9 foot tall.
Yes, brother. That motherfucker was haul assing, son. It was running side by side with the car. And I was
So Bigfoot got scats.
brother, and I was so freaked. Yes, I was so freaked out as a kid. I didn't say nothing. Like people, you think you know how you react if you see an alien, right? You think you know how you react,
Right.
until you see an
Until you
alien,
say- you like,
and you don't do nothing you thought
gotta
you
be
would
quiet.
do. Listen,
You don't want to alarm it. You don't want to. You don't
Nothing.
want to even talk about it no more. You want to pretend it almost didn't happen.
facts.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this thing like, this can't be real. And it's here. It ain't like a flash and went away. It's here. I'm looking
There
at
for a few minutes.
brother. When we finally made, like, the interstate kind of veered off and then the land kept going straight, so where I couldn't see it no more, I didn't say nothing, bro. True story. About 20 years later, bro, I'm grown. Maybe even longer. I'm maybe 27, 28 at the time. We had like a Thanksgiving or some family event, right? And I'm in the back with my cousins and everything like that. We on the back porch, everybody smoking. My mom in there talking, and she started talking about it. So keep in mind, I didn't say nothing, and she
Right.
didn't say
So
nothing.
20 years later, y'all seen the same thing.
So I went back in there. And I said, man, did you? And I started telling the back end of the story. She's like, you saw that too? I'm like, hell yeah, I saw that, brother. So from a 6-year-old to a 30-year-old woman, bro, we saw the same thing, bro. And I kid you not, I'm like,
And she explained it exactly how you explained it.
man, bro, it was so unbelievable. It formed, it stayed there, and it was just like hypnotizing. I was just looking at this shit like, is this real? And that motherfucker was standing straight up like a human, bigger than the car, haul assing, son.
Can
it
you
was
imagine?
side by side with the car.
But can you imagine the things that exist that we don't know about?
Right.
And humans are so arrogant that we feel like we are like the apex, like we are
Absolutely.
like we are the smartest, most intelligent thing ever.
In the galaxy.
Right. But when you think about history, right, there was a period in history where there were no advancements, where everything kind of stayed the same. Everything was real vanilla.
Yeah.
Then suddenly technology started advancing
things, yeah.
fast as hell. We went from having cars that went 20, 30 miles an hour max to cars that drive 200 miles per hour. And it wasn't like a gradual thing. It was just like,
Big
boom,
jump.
we here.
Right.
Boom, box TV, plasma, flat screen, 4K, 8K, 12K. Like, we've never been advancing this quick, bro. So my theory is that at some point we got a hold of some shit that's more advanced than us.
Right.
And just like anything else, you take it, you analyze it, you feel like you figure out what it's made of, you feel me? And then you start kind of recreating it and doing your own version or using it to make further advancements.
But you don't think that, like, I don't know if you do any research on like the pyramids and things like that. Do you don't think we had some advanced back then?
This is my theory on that. It's not even
pyramids are crazy.
But this is my theory on that too, right? Imagine we have a great reset, right? Let's just say the world start over and we lose everything and we restart, right? And 20 years from now, everything has been reset for a minute and we start redeveloping. All we're doing is rediscovering. We're not creating anything.
Right.
We're rediscovering things that already existed. I feel like there was a period in time where things were more advanced than they are now.
Right.
And there was some type of reset. You feel me? And now we're rediscovering all of those things. All of the things we're
so
finding
like
now
a previous
have already
version of-
existed. We're just rediscovering them. It's almost like digging up certain shit. Like when you find oil and you find gold, it's like these are things that we're digging up and finding. These things existed.
So they already been here.
They've been here forever. Everything we have, like they said, there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Everything that we come up with has already existed. We just refigured it out. So I feel like there was a time that things were more advanced than they are now. That's why when we look back and be like, how did they build this shit?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, they had tools that we didn't have.
They had to. You would be a fool to think that.
Just humans and slaves. Slave labor did this.
Right.
And you can barely do this. You can't do this shit with the
Brother.
equipment we have now, but some slaves did this.
Also,
You go ahead.
people have people also believe the concept that when giants were here, those pyramids.
I'm gonna fix you today. Slide her mic all the way up. I'm gonna get you
I'm
today.
I'm sick of. I wanted to do it while your mama was on the phone. But pump that chair up.
She be cool. What happened?
Yeah. Going down.
She be so cool leaning over.
But I
Only how you sit like
it's the same thing, and that's why I say things were more advanced. Even when you look at like right, and you look at like the inscribements on the pyramids and all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. It's like these motherfuckers' heads were longer in the back.
Right.
They were taller. It was just like, bro, humans were more advanced then. We are a dumbed down version of humans.
Yeah.
We don't even understand how to fucking reach our full capacity. We don't even know how to use most of what we have.
Yeah.
And I just feel like people were more in tune with whatever the fuck exists outside of us than we are now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just like that Bigfoot motherfucker was a real thing.
Man, no, absolutely.
But
and there's nobody who could tell me it ain't. I saw it with my own eyes.
But there's some motherfuckers that at some point in time had interactions with this motherfucker on the regular, and they know for a fact it's real. Yeah. You feel me? You just got a glimpse of it.
And even in the location, you could believe it too, because ain't nothing in fucking Portland, Maine.
Nothing there.
Like in cities and stuff like that, like we push normal animals, deer, and foxes and shit like that, or foxes plural, right? We push them out. Don't laugh at me. I can't be on here saying foxes. Motherfuckers, fox.
Right. Yeah, fox. Yeah. Or feet. Your foot.
So, we push them out with, building roads and stuff like that. So Maine would be a location where you would see something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So that shit was crazy.
It makes sense for Bigfoot to be in Maine. That's why I'd be hanging out. If I was a Bigfoot, I'd be in Maine. I'd be somewhere where there ain't no people.
Crazy that you ain't never seen Bigfoot.
No, but I have seen. I believe in a lot of shit, bro. I have seen like a ghost, like a real live spirit.
Okay.
Like a real life.
Which one, a ghost or a spirit? They're not the same.
It's the same thing, bro.
It's not the same thing, bro.
I've seen a human that wasn't really there, bro. Okay. He was there, but he wasn't there.
See the ghost. Okay.
I'll never forget it. I drive down this street every time I go to this neighborhood. I go down this street. I used to live over in Hensley off Mockingbird Lane, and it was this back road to where it was this house off in the distance from the grass. I think I told the story before on the podcast, but this house was like a little probably 20 feet away from the road, and it was an abandoned house, and we would ride our bike down that street every day. And I always feel like I had like a connection with shit like that. You feel me? So I'm riding my bike, and every time I rode down this street, I got this eerie feeling. It was just always a feeling. So my friends had rode ahead of me and kind of left me. So I'm trying to catch up. Yeah. And I guess my foot slipped off the pedal or something. You know how you stop your bike to kind of catch your balance? Mm-hmm. And I stopped, and I looked to the left. And it was this old man. He looked like Uncle Ben off the rice box. And he had these little spectacles on. Like, these are glasses that look like they was from back in that day. Yeah. You feel me?
Oh, man.
And he had on this, what they call it, a toga? The thing that's wrapped around you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
he had,
Roman.
Right. Mm-hmm. He had on one of those and some sandals.
Right.
And he just was standing there. It was right at the edge of the road. And he was standing there. He just looked at me. Didn't move. Same feeling you had when you seen Bigfoot.
Right.
I'm froze. My homie's just pushing away. I can't move, bro.
Yeah,
I'm standing. I'm looking, and I like kind of set my foot on my pedal and get ready to pull off on my bike. Yeah. And I look back to the left again. Gone.
Yeah, he would have had to say something though,
bro.
He'd freak me out. We couldn't have just stared at each other.
No, bro. That shit was so creepy.
Locked eyes.
I got my fucking hairs standing up on my arms.
You're a rectangle.
It's real, bro.
No, I believe you though.
Man, listen, bro. I'll never forget that shit. I probably was maybe I had to be 10, 12 years old. I had to be like 12, 13 years old. Bro, that shit creeped me out, bro. I'll never forget that shit.
Before.
Where you seen my dog at?
So it's so crazy that you said that though, because like I was just telling my class like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Hold on, man. We're going to have Bigfoot lift your motherfucking chair up. Switch chairs, man. Jesus Christ.
She might as well stay low now.
Yeah, she on the ground over here.
Now we on the pod switching chairs.
Now when it's going to go down as I sit, it's going to be like
I'm just sick of her being all the way down here on the ground. I'm sick of her being on the ground every show.
That's what she won't be. She a witch.
But she
won't be with the earth.
Be with the earth. My mother.
And then she got
let your chair. You can't be like that.
And then she got a nerve to not want to talk in the mic.
Right. She be super cool.
Yeah, you know the Scorpio moon. I'm like, boy, if you don't lift that chair up, boy.
I hate y'all.
Where you seen my dog at, man?
So okay. I was just telling them this too, cause it's like, so if you're leaving from, when I was in hair school, me and this girl I would ride with her, cause she lived in Foley, so it's in between here and Foley. So I think it's called Alberta.
Yeah,
I'll be in there. That sounds like somewhere Bigfoot could be.
It's nothing. Okay, it's nothing but like
woods and
no, it ain't even woods. It's like tall grass. So like you could tell it used to be like corn mazes or something like that on both sides. Probably cotton fields, but you know. So I'm in the car with her. I'm just looking around, and this big, huge, far away person is like walking across the street as if it's like. But there's no houses there, and there's no houses there, and it's like miles that a person is not gonna be walking.
Right.
And then he went fast, like fast as hell across the
that
street.
nigga fast now.
And but it's big.
Not finna outrun.
No, don't stand a chance. If you see him, just
She
chill.
didn't see it though. She caught the tail end because I'm like, whoo, girl, like, cause it's running, and she's like, what? That you made me think I'm about to hit somebody. I'm like, you about to hit something. I don't know if it's a body.
But think of the concept of what we talking about. Something that's got to be at least 7-8 feet tall.
It was huge.
Running 70 miles an hour.
That I was like, what in the? I said, I ain't going through where. I said, who lived there and there?
But
like,
you got to think about all the things that exist that avoid us, and you will never see it because it has the ability to avoid you.
That's like a shark.
It's just like these are things that just. They know they can smell you from a mile away, see you from a mile away, and my job is to not be seen.
Because in masses we're predatorial,
right?
You know
absolutely,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So
and we know to avoid you.
Even though singular, that thing might be more dominant than each and every one of us as a
right.
You know how humans get when we
right.
find something,
right? And I just think like when you think about extraterrestrials and things of that nature, I just feel like they just don't want to. When you don't trust something, you don't want to encounter it. You feel me? Like there are things in the wild that will never see each other because it's bred to avoid each other.
Right.
You feel me? You're not gonna see certain things in the same area because it's just like, bro, it's instinctual to avoid you.
For a reason.
Yeah, it's for a reason. So there's a lot of shit that exists out here, bro. Like they say, how many? I don't even want to just throw out a number, but I know there is a small percentage of the earth that we've explored. It's less than 10%.
And the ocean. We've never
It's
discovered
less than
all
10%.
It's certain parts of the ocean. It's even
and
certain
it's
parts of
Your
the
body explodes.
And there's life
before
at every levels of it.
Yes. Right.
No matter how deep you go, there's life. There's some shit under there, bro.
We've never gotten to the bottom of the ocean.
I've even heard of like even the Amazon when they talk about the rainforest. There's civilizations that still live there that never know nothing about nothing.
Right.
Nothing changed. And a lot of times we can't get there because of how their government set up. That's where a lot of cocaine fields are. Like, so the cartel then took over a lot of those areas because there's no car entrance. There's no, you get what I'm saying? So they can tell what's coming. Helicopters can't see because of the what they call it, vegetation. Is that what the trees and stuff?
And these people don't want to be seen by you either.
No, absolutely.
They don't want to be bothered by you either. They don't want to see you, and you ain't gonna see them.
But enough of my dog Bigfoot, man. Good morning, everybody. This is the Breakfast Club. I am DJ Envy here with Angela Yee and Charlamagne the God, and we are the Breakfast Club. Man, we got a whole little breakfast.
You would definitely be Charlamagne.
No. Personality wise.
Yeah.
But listen, look at the setup though. I'm DJ Envy, the light skin. You got Angela Yee, and you Charlamagne Color. We sitting in the same section that they sitting in. I thought about that today. I said, man, that's why we got a whole little color scheme going on. But this is not the Breakfast Club. Welcome to Anxiety Issues Podcast. I am one half of this. Or am I 1/3 now? Are you official? Are we 1/3 in this, or what we doing?
You better know, cause when the checks come, we gonna we
right.
gonna say, hey, bro, you
right,
hey, my nigga, you said you wasn't a part of this shit now. Sure. Hey, you said you was goddamn one. You said it was a half, and not a third. So
I could be.
I'm a third.
I can be 1/3 of the show.
You coming on and not pay you now.
Yeah, that's true too. Absolutely. You know, we gonna dock you for being late, just so you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to.
Always be
like, damn, $10,000 for being late.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you ain't by the TV. How to get here? I'm just joking. I'm 1/3 of the show, Adam 12 Taylor, here with my other host, Boneface of Boneface Inc., and new to the show, Tania. You're officially one of the members.
Yes.
How you feel? I mean, I know we ain't getting no checks yet, but it's coming.
It's cool.
Got you. Brought to you by Your Boy Media. Do I ever say your name right? Is that?
That's right, Your Boy, right?
Yeah, I feel like I be tearing that up, man.
Yeah, everybody been really begging and asking. I ain't gonna even say begging, but everybody been suggesting that you be a part of the show anyway. So everybody like you, so that's cool.
Right, yeah. You can stop us from being the male chauvinist show. But enough of the shits and giggles, man. I want to start off by saying rest in peace, young Dolph. Man, we lost another I don't know what I want to call him. I don't know if I want to say another black king, another successful black man, another real street nigga. I know that's a negative term. Yeah, a father, a brother. We lost a very popular name.
A lyricist, a motivational lyricist.
We ain't gonna give him neither one of them.
We not gonna give him motivation. He might have motivated some thugs. I can give you that. I can give you that.
And
yeah,
he motivated
yeah.
you to think in a different way, and it may not be what most people are used to.
He had
in
some
the
like
word motivation.
he told you get paid.
Yeah.
I mean,
He damn sure
if he ain't say nothing else, he told you get you some money.
We can't give him lyricists though. You ain't just gonna get no title.
No, we can't.
I don't mean as in like his lyrics are the best. I meant he motivates through lyrics.
Okay.
Like his motivation style is. I don't want to say rapper. After Kanye explained. I don't want to say just rapper. I don't feel like.
Well, we're gonna get into Dolph and just how you feel about the situation in general. Well, first of all, my condolences to his. I'm not sure if he was married, but I'll say his wife. I know they had 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken. So I can't even imagine what they're going through. This shit been all over the internet. It's been on every blog site, and that's something that woman got to see every day. So my condolences to her. But what was y'all feelings, man, when y'all first saw that young Dolph had passed? Did you take anything from that? What was your feeling?
I feel like it's hard to really have an honest conversation about this without seeming like a dick or seeming too harsh.
No, that's what we here for, though. Let's do it. Because I think we on the same page.
Right, but I really feel like, are you really surprised? You feel me?
Right.
Like we can't, and what's funny about people is we have this extremely bad habit of celebrating the exact things that become our demise. Like we jump around to the music like, bro, he just had a song called 100 Shots, boasting about not dying in the shooting.
Right.
You feel me? And then you come back and die in a shooting. It's like, bro, I've been in the streets. You've been in the streets. And I had to explain this to my son. There's nothing wrong with choosing to be in the streets, but there are rules and there are things that come with being in the streets, regardless of, and it's just like people have to understand this too. Charles Manson had a family. He had friends. Ted Bundy had a family. He had friends.
Right.
You feel me? There's always somebody that
loved him.
There's always somebody
Thought
that
he was
loved
great.
you. Right.
Yeah.
But that does not negate that does not negate who you are and what you promote and what you putting out there. Bro, these rappers put that energy out there every day. So when that happens to you, it's almost like you manifesting this shit. You calling for this shit.
Right.
You feel me? At some point in time, like after somebody shoots my tour bus up, that ought to be a light bulb go off to say, I got to do shit different. I'm not going deeper in the trenches. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And if I do, I understand what comes with that. That's why you don't hear a lot of rappers come and say, like, you might hear a person say, I miss my dog, R.I.P., but there's not going to be a whole lot of, damn, this killing got to stop, or damn this. No, because they understand what come with this.
Right. Exactly.
They somewhere doing and getting ready for what they got to do next.
If Dolph was here and you could ask him, he would have told you, like, I know what come with this.
I know what come with this. You feel
if
me?
you're a real street nigga like he was.
Right. So the players in the game understand the rules of the game and then understand how it go. Right. But it bothers me when the audience and the onlookers,
right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You watching the game and I'm telling you how it go. And when it happened, now you want to be peacemaker. Now you want to stop. Right. Like, you feel me?
But
like,
and then they'll make a mockery of you when you don't want to play no more. When you
don't want to play no more.
That's the only part that gets me.
Yeah, you a bitch ass nigga when you want to get away.
Yeah.
But when you don't get away and you die, it's like you shouldn't have been out there. And I think a lot of it, bro, instigators are really the problem in a lot of situations. The instigators are the problem in a lot of situations. Me and you can have a beef, and as men, we are afraid to sit down and fix the beef because of how the instigators and the onlookers are gonna see it.
Right.
You feel me? So instigators are the problem, bro. As fans and people who listen to music and encourage music, when you dance along to certain shit or you promote certain shit, you are a part of it. You become a part of the problem. You are an instigator.
Right.
And it's just like, bro, we control the content. These people make this kind of music because we feed off of it. Yeah. But it's just like women. I tell women all the time, I say, the reason why men are so disrespectful to y'all is because y'all celebrate it. We make a song, pop your pussy, bitch, hoe, all this, and you dance around to it. Right. But I guarantee you, if women took a stand and said, hey, we ain't fucking with no rappers that call us bitches. We ain't fucking with no rappers that call us hoes. Guess what rappers gonna do? Right. They gonna stop calling you bitch. Yeah, and I heard you take a deep breath, but think about it like this. How many rappers have you heard say faggot or gay ass nigga in the past?
Not many.
Why not?
Because you're gonna lose the money.
And you're gonna lose your audience.
Right.
So the thing about women is like, and it's like I hate.
Get in there. You part of the group now.
I'm gonna let it get in.
You know, yeah.
I'm gonna let it get in. But what it is that, bro, far too often we try to defend the things that we want to keep, even when they're not healthy. So I'll say to a woman like, "Hey, baby, you control how men treat you," and they gonna come up with an excuse on why they don't or how they don't. Don't allow me, like, I'm trying to give you the power and you trying to give the power to somebody else. But then when you don't have the power, you complain about not having the power.
It's because it's easier to complain than take accountability.
Exactly. So my thing is you have to take accountability. We have to take accountability as the listeners and the fans of this shit. Right. You feel me? But we don't want to do that. We'll make an excuse for this man losing his life when at the end of the day, bro, these rappers are just like gladiators in the arena, bro. You feel me? Or just like boxers in the ring. If a fight is going too slow and the boxer fighting his fight, you feel me? And we start booing, he got to switch it up and he probably going to lose because he got to switch it up. You're going to speed shit up. Mm-hmm. So it's like we're forcing these guys to be in a certain position because once it starts, we don't allow it to finish. Like you said, you can't even tell a motherfucker, hey, they can't even chill out because they're afraid of how we going to take it, how we going to look at it.
Right. I forgot what rapper it was. It was some Jacksonville rapper. No, I know who it was, but I just won't say his name. But he was talking about how, like, bro, the internet be the cause of, like, a lot of this killing, because he was like, a nigga make a song about killing one of the ops, and that might be my brother, or that might be my homeboy, or something like that, right? So you'll look at under comments, and then everybody singing these songs, and they rapping them in the club, and you talking about, I smoke so-and-so, like, nigga, that's my brother.
Right, you turn the nigga to a weed strand, not understanding that there's people out here that love him too.
So every day I gotta hear everybody rapping about smoking my brother. What you think I'm gonna do? When I'm gonna turn you into something we can smoke. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that mentality. But go ahead, what do you feel in general? Take off. Where you at with it?
Okay, so
I'm about recording from the floor, man.
The chair went down.
It's all good. We can hear you.
Go ahead. We probably can't see her ass though.
So
look at the top of her head.
All of that stuff does make sense. However, we have you are a different type of person when it comes to music, because
I know you're gonna hate me. We got to get you another chair. That's why I can't look at you like that. Hold on,
it's over here.
Yeah, I'm finna switch shit.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We'll edit. We'll edit and put you.
We're gonna click the button and you're gonna pop up in the bigger chair.
Oh, man. That shit was just looking wild and wild.
I'm getting deeper and deeper.
I'm trying to take boom, like magic.
Okay.
My dog tall.
Tania in the tall chair. Everybody.
Damn, you up here.
All right, so without further ado, we won't cut you off no more for nothing. Give us your Young Dolph take.
Okay, so I did not I wasn't the hugest Young Dolph fan. I never claimed to be, because when I was pregnant with one of my kids, that's all that's all my ex listened to. He would just listen to it, and his voice is so monotonous to me. I could not keep listening to the same tones. However, I do feel like a lot of the stuff he said, it might have been manifesting, but like I was saying, y'all are in the music industry, okay? So the rest of the world generally is not. They don't look at this like how you are going to look at it. So it does seem like asshole-ish if you say certain
Explain
things.
that. What do you mean?
You're looking at it from the maker's side, not the taker's side. Even though you are, originally you were a taker of music, when you become an artist, you're knowing ins and outs that we don't often know.
No, but my take has nothing to do with me being an artist. My take is just,
I meant as far as the how people are going. Okay, so for instance, when I listen to music, I listen to what moves me. I'll put on all kinds of stuff. Certain songs just don't hit me. They don't make me vibe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna keep going to that same artist if the music they're making is not pulling me. However, people, like for instance, people listen to Dolph. Even if they out of the street, something he's saying is still hitting them in a certain way that is making them feel like that's what they want to listen to.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean they want him to keep doing the shit. However, rap about the shit from 20 years ago. We don't care. He was choosing to do the stuff he was doing correct. But that don't take away from the fact that people fell in love with the artist of him. We don't know him personally.
Right.
He could be a shitty person every day to his girl. But we don't know that. All we know is as an artist, that's still sad to see someone die. Just like you said, Ted Bundy had family. Cool. The difference is there were white people who mourned Ted Bundy dying, and no one judged them for doing so or told them, hey, he was a rapist. women actually loved that man.
Right, and there was no judgment on him. My thing
Not
is this:
judgment. It's like people in general are getting judged because it's like you don't even know these rappers and you're sad or you're grieving, but it's like
no, but I just feel like that's weird for you to like you say, if you don't have like you just explained the music and how it makes you feel, it's like you don't have a personal connection with this person.
Right.
You feel me? So it's always weird for somebody to act like they got a personal connection with somebody that they don't know. You feel me? You can have a personal connection with the art and that's cool. But my thing is I'm not even listening to it from a maker standpoint. What people have to understand is that you are somebody that believes in spirituality and you believe in energy and all that, right? What you have to understand is that what do they call it when you're writing out words? They call that spelling.
Yeah,
and
spelling.
if you look deep, it means something.
Everything we say,
right?
We're spelling.
So so my thing is this: regardless of if I never heard a word Dolph said, you feel me? Regardless if I never listened to the words he rapped,
right?
What he was saying was him manifesting something. You feel me? It's like when you rap about certain shit, you bringing that type of energy to yourself.
Right.
You feel me? If you
that's true, but what I'm saying is people should still be able to listen to that and it not be taken serious.
I get it. Yeah.
Like they shouldn't make.
But how many times have your mom ever told you, like you say, like I have a habit of saying, damn, boy, I'm dumb as fuck. And they say, don't call yourself stupid,
don't call
son.
Yourself that.
You feel me? And I'm just talking. No, don't call yourself that.
Right.
You feel me? Because there's power behind words regardless of how you mean them.
Right.
If there was a magic spell that I could cast and it was on paper and these were the words and I say these words, that spell is casted whether I meant it or not.
That's correct.
I'm putting that out in the universe.
I think she's saying she feel like fans are being judged because they taking it harsh, like taking it hard that he passed.
No, I don't have an issue with that.
Not you specifically.
Yeah.
But that is like the general consensus is like we get so wrapped up. Even like when Nipsey died, there were people crying and mourning, and it's like.
But I think the difference is this though: is fans have an issue with that because if I am a robber, right, and I get killed robbing a bank. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody's mourning like, damn, I can't believe he got killed. Fans are saying, bitch, he was a bank robber.
Right.
That's what happens to bank robbers.
Right.
You feel me? It's okay for you to mourn, but let's not act like you don't know why the fuck he died or how it happened.
But I think
it's more so culture terms because I didn't think when I saw people saying, no, why him, not him, that they really meant he wasn't out in these streets. I think they just meant, damn, we really liked him.
And I'm going to tell you another thing about people though, right? What you have to realize and understand about people, this is what annoys me about situations like that. If something happens to somebody that somebody knows, right? Everybody has a tendency to make everything about them.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
You always gonna have somebody uploading y'all text messages. Damn, I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
Damn, I was just with him.
Now
you're making it about you.
Yeah.
This is not about Dolph. This is about you trying to get attention off of somebody else's death. You're clout chasing through death.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? This shit has nothing to do with you really feeling nothing.
And here's why I step in. You are exactly right. I was waiting for that moment because this is how I feel about it. I do have a take on Dolph, and I'll get more into that. But the thing that bothered me the most, and you can go see my post the day of, bro. I said on social media, I said, bro, why y'all acting like y'all PRE or CMG or something? Mm-hmm. Y'all don't have nothing to do with that.
No personal connection.
I seen niggas on the internet picking sides. Fuck got it.
Yeah.
Nigga, you from Pensacola? You from here?
You don't know neither one of these folks.
Right. I'm like,
And
bro,
on top of that, you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, bro, you ain't from Memphis, you ain't related, and then it's like, then I start seeing the pictures of niggas posting pictures with him in the club. Like, nigga, he took a picture with everybody, my nigga.
Come on, man.
That's what he do. They don't have a connection with, you get what I'm saying?
I do, but here's the thing that's weird. And this is weird, but when you become, okay, so I've known since I was younger that a part of my journey is to be a healer.
Right.
And that it doesn't necessarily mean physically. But I have learned to understand that I've had a lot of people around, like I had a friend who lost like 3 people in her life back to back to back. And I realized people who never even spoke to her would write me to get to her. And I realized that people try to connect with anything they can to make themselves feel good about things in themselves.
But you hear yourself.
But see that, but that's
Make
the point.
themselves
Yeah.
feel good about
so
something.
what I'm saying is we're strong individuals with strong minds. There are a lot of weak-minded people who don't have that sense of That's a very logical thing for you to realize that's weird. But people, they really don't.
And what it is, it's not even about, it's not, what it is you don't even have to be deep. It's just, bro, people love how, I say this all the time. The reason why I never felt famous for being on TV, or why I go somewhere and they say, hey man, can you get a picture? Can I get a picture with you? And my kid will say, damn dad, you famous, they love you. And I had to tell him, I said, son, they don't love me. I'm gonna tell you, understand this, that picture has nothing to do with me. You feel me? While I was on that show, they probably called me every name in the book, everything under the sun. But when they see me, same reason why people take a picture with Donald Trump. You hate him so much, but you take a picture with him when you see him because it gains you clout. It has nothing to do with Trump. So I tell my kids, that picture has nothing to do with me, son. You feel me? I am nobody to these people. These people are using this picture to gain their own clout.
It's a clout.
People are doing this with death. I hate to see it happen, bro. If you really give a fuck about somebody and you really got some condolences, you say, my condolences, and you shut the fuck up.
Because
grieving, but people don't. Their brains don't.
And you're right.
That.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing, and that's the part that bothers me. It's like
that they don't.
We live in a society where people want to be a part of something so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, bro, if somebody died, like, listen, it's motherfuckers who ain't played a Dolph record all year.
Yeah. Except
not through the pandemic, not through nothing.
Right.
You ain't requested one, you ain't searched one on nothing, you ain't streamed one, and then all of a sudden it was OMG. Oh my God! It's like, bro, what the family gonna do?
When they say what the baby gonna do?
That's one of my favorite statements. When somebody crying and whining, they be like, "Hey man, all that crying, what the baby gonna do?" You feel me? Like, bro, grieving is for family, friends, Key Glock, his mother, his children. What are you doing? R.I.P. I respect that, and just
get the fuck out the way.
I'll bring it even closer though, and I don't, but whatever. I'm just being real about it. The young man who died here, the Clarity, right? One of my partners was like, hey, he was trying to go to the funeral, right? And he said, man, it's thick, man. It's cars everywhere. I said, hey, bro, go home. I said, I know you know, but he knew the father. So I understood that. Like, he knew. So he was going to show face and that. But why all them cars there? Everybody want to say they a part of something, though.
Right.
Y'all ain't love that man. Y'all ain't know that man. You didn't go to none of his games when he was alive. If he had a went pro, you wouldn't have screamed and said nothing. Now there's this community mourning, and you want to say that you a part of this and like you just want to be a part of something.
And what people need to understand, and what people need to understand is that when you really care, the hardest thing to do is be a part of that bullshit.
Bro, but do you know how mad I would be if my child died? God forbid, just somebody I love. I don't even like to use direct.
Right.
If somebody I love passed, and it's a whole bunch of people there that I know don't know my mama or whoever, man, y'all got to get the fuck. Man, y'all got to get the fuck from around here. Ain't no funeral.
Right. You're not capping in this vicinity,
right.
bro.
Why is it a club line for my mama? Y'all ain't no man.
Ain't never one of y'all been by here.
It's gonna man, listen.
When she was alive, I ain't seen none of y'all.
And that's just one of my things. It's like, bro, where we get with this now that we look for attention so much that even through other people's deaths, like that's for the family. That's for the direct friends. People knowing they don't be knowing.
I 100% agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I'm just on the other side. I do see people do this, and it makes me feel sad for them because they don't see it how we do. They really don't think they're doing anything weird or wrong or odd. They just
what you have to understand though is clout culture is based in that. Clout culture is people who are unaware of anything. It's anything for attention.
Right.
I don't really care that you see it. Right. I don't even think you know or think you see it. Right. And people who do that hate when you call them out on that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it's not even that they don't know. They don't want to know.
Well, don't call me a clout chaser if something ever happened to Janae Aiko, okay?
Now that's cool if you upset, if you a direct fan, if you an everyday fan of a person
or nothing, but I'm gonna be very sad.
But if you an everyday fan of an artist, maybe I even get that. But these people ain't played a Dolph record.
I get what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
And I was like that with Pac. Like I had to probably be one of the biggest Tupac fans on the planet. But at the same time, bro, I understand that I don't have a connection with Pac.
You ate just fine that night.
Nipsey, the same thing. I don't have a connection with this man.
Right.
I'm in love with his art. I'm in love with what he do, but I don't know that man.
Correct.
I don't know that man. You can be in love with somebody's art. You can be sad that your favorite artist has died because you no longer get that art.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's not act like, you feel me? Let's not act like
it's personal.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
What y'all think about the murder in general though? It being at the cookie shop. Do you think it was
I think one part of what you said is exactly true, but I just be trying to look at the part of the music part, so that's why I'm
as you should. As you should. There are some people that really weren't in love with his craft.
There's the one thing that you said is the reason that part. So when you said like, they're rapping this, you're encouraging it, you're manifesting it. These people rap that it's on site whenever, so it don't matter. It was at a cookie shop because
we don't give a fuck where you at.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
like if I want to knock somebody out, we can be in church and I'm going to hit you. That's just gonna happen.
And people have this big ass this crazy notion that fame trumps. You feel me? Trumps what the real
really
beef is.
What they doing.
Because like me and you could be beefing. And the world love me and they don't know who you are.
Right.
But me and you got real beef.
Right.
You don't give a fuck about the world loving me.
Nah, you just the nigga I'm beefing with.
You just the motherfucker I'm beefing with. And if anything, that make you want to off me more.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah,
so that's my thing. It's like, bro, when these rappers get in these certain positions, bro, you have to put yourself in an untouchable position. You beefing, I can understand if you was fucking Kid Cudi or Lupe Fiasco and you wanted to go to the cookie shop. Bro, you are a rapper that is at war with other rappers.
Right.
And you feel, and it's a certain level of arrogance that comes with feeling like you can just move around in your well-known car, going to a place that you frequent daily, and you don't have security. Same thing happened to Nip.
Right.
You in the middle. You understand that you have real ops.
Yeah.
I think that there's so much fake shit going on in hip hop that you really forget that it's some real shit.
There's some real shit going down too.
For a minute, a little while ago, I got really into Dirt. I was really listening to Dirt a lot.
Right.
And then I was like, and it was mostly because of how he was showing affection for his girl. I was like, this is dope for a young guy to do this because it shows other young guys that it's okay to have a girlfriend. But I started, like, somehow I went on this rabbit hole on YouTube realizing all these beefs they had with each other.
That shit
and
real.
realized how real it was.
BDs, G's.
And I could no longer be like, chill out in the trenches, relax.
This how non-cute it is. She had to shoot it out with homie.
Right.
Shout out to her though. She my favorite rap girlfriend in all the industry. She shot it out with homie. And she ain't post nothing. She ain't cry about nothing. She ain't, cause it come with that. You know how many women who will hang with you and love you while you spending the money and driving the Lambos, but soon as they go to find that, you all of a sudden I can't do this.
They say that shit like a burger. The fries come with it.
The fries come
with it, boy.
I like that.
Yeah, I had to stop and realize like
Dirk, you better marry that one.
His voice is good and all of that, but unless he on something positive with Lil Baby, then I just can't listen to it.
And we gotta stop picking and choosing what parts of shit we like and we don't like. Just like you say, he make cute songs about his girl, but go to track 17 when he talking about fucking killing somebody and somebody killing him.
But like I wasn't a fan of him, so I only heard commercial stuff.
Yeah, and as a woman or just as a male fan of rap, you can like rap and not be affiliated with none of that shit.
Absolutely.
Right.
I could just love to rap it, whatever. But I think what people get confused is like I said, there's so much fake shit going on. We got motherfuckers like academics commenting on Chicago. Do you know how square academics is?
Yeah.
What school do you think he was ever cool in?
None.
He don't got no business commenting on this shit. Excuse me. We got a motherfucker like 6ix9ine going around doing all this capping, doing all this shit behind police, going to niggas' hood with all the security, and then the fans think that this fun. Oh, they ain't really no street shit.
Because
this
like
industry
I said
shit.
last time, they've turned everything into a costume.
But when you go to Memphis, my nigga,
oh yeah,
it goes down in Memphis. It's not for play. Read these boys' bios, like niggas like Pooh Shiesty. Them niggas' daddies was wild as fuck.
Them motherfuckers
that's
for
what
real.
I'm saying. When I started, I got on this YouTube thing.
This is no longer rap cap culture, bro. These folks, a lot of these folks really out here, and these folks really got stains.
They get money and they beefs turn up because now I can do some shit.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It ain't the Drake and Kanye beef the way you're protected by entities. These niggas ain't protected by nothing.
Facts. So stop thinking that you assuming you know. I even hate the fact that they went straight to them, Yo God in them. Man, you don't know what Dolph got going on in the fucking streets.
There's
You
some
think that's his only
beefing with.
Come on, man. You think that motherfucker pulling up in Phantoms and Lambs and all that shit?
It's a motherfucker he told fuck you last week that want his head.
So what y'all think
that
about
they
Big
will know
Drake,
nothing about? Huh?
Who?
I was finna get on him next. I was finna get on him next.
Because he need to stop.
What? No, he next. Like
listen, he bullshit.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've been in the streets a long time, bro, and I've been around street shit my whole life. The worst, I'm gonna give y'all guys some advice, man. The worst thing you can do in the streets is create multiple enemies, because when something happens to you, we don't know who the fuck did it.
No.
And
You beefing with
wanted
everybody,
to.
you selling out to everybody, and you know what that creates? Open season on your ass.
Right.
I ain't even got to be strategic no more.
Right.
Because at one point in time, it was just me and you beefing. I couldn't touch you because the world was watching me.
Right.
But when you go to beefing with homie over here, homie over here, homie over here, I can do some shit like have a motherfucker run up on you at the cookie shop and gun you down,
Right.
and we don't know who did it.
Right. And you probably gonna think it's the bigger of the
And,
motherfuckers.
it's not, and I'm sitting back here like, yeah.
Right.
So, bro, like, guys like him are the issue with shit like this, bro. You Cap King, you doing everything for clout. We know you ain't built like that. You were raised, you and Bow Wow were both raised in front of us.
Right.
You had no time to do no street shit because we watched you from fucking 12 years old all the way to now. You've been in front of the camera, bro.
Right.
What time did you have
Right.
to be a thug? What
You
time
don't.
did you have to sell some dope?
And you could be one of those niggas and you can engage in some street shit, but you're not ready for that. You on the internet talking about I'll put 100 pack on your head. Then the nigga actually died. You was just fucking around.
Right.
But now you got to get it off you. Man,
Right.
that ain't had nothing to do with that. No, nigga.
No, right. Sit in it.
Right. Get this
Right
investigation coming your way.
Right.
You just said you put 100 on him. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now take that beef. Now don't go to Memphis ever.
Right.
Right.
Bro,
Now don't drive nowhere around there.
Now you got to be tough.
Right.
You was faking tough. You got to be tough for real now.
Man, that man Soulja Boy went on the Breakfast Club and said he was from Bompton.
Listen, man.
Man, I like to pass
Listen,
out.
man.
That man's crazy.
This nigga from Compton?
Listen, man. This man, I'm gonna tell you why he goes so hard like that. Because he don't go outside.
He don't
Yeah.
though. He don't.
He don't leave his house.
He don't.
He can't go outside.
Right.
You can't go to Atlanta. You can't go. You can't be outside in Cali for real. You feel me? You can't go Memphis. You can't go nowhere in the South really.
Right. And he
You got to stay in LA and your man.
And he got niggas on payroll. He paid a fee to be out there.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He paying for protection.
Facts.
And when he goes somewhere, he got to pay for his pass.
Facts.
You feel me? He's somebody. He is no different than 6ix9ine to me. They the same human. He just ain't told on nobody that we know of.
Right.
But they the same human, bro. You out here doing all that capping, all that flexing, bro. I'm looking at your arms and your shirt, brother. Your goddamn arms, your shirt sleeves don't even touch your arms. You ain't built to do nothing to nobody, bro.
He's sick, low-key.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And it's just,
But he caught a body before, so he on some fluke shit. Like niggas don't like you can catch a like them badges of honor to black
catch a
folks.
fluke ass body.
Right. You catch a fluke ass body, now all of a sudden you tell a story like you was Mega Man in that bitch.
The craziest thing about our culture though is that
Yeah.
you gain stripes for getting shot and living.
Yeah.
You ain't do no shooting. You get shot and you turn up.
You got a whole zipper.
Yeah. That's like getting punched in the face and then it turn up.
Right.
The motherfucker that punched you don't get no credit.
It's just a strange world, man. And that's one of the things about being black. And don't get it twisted like I rap. I don't antagonize death though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a level that I don't understand. There is a willingness for myself, you can call it ignorant or whatever you want to call it, that's willing to go to an extent to protect my own or for my respect in those
It's
that I
always
love.
almost in self-defense.
But it's all in self-defense.
It's all in self-defense.
Because there's not a black person that I wish death upon.
Right.
Why would I have beef if I don't know you? Why if there's no
Right.
direct connection?
Right.
Because you get money, that don't make sense. I like to see you get money because you got a nice car, nice clothes. So the things that we beef about that's supposed to be, and here's another thing for the fans to know and for the world to know, a lot of this beef shit that y'all see be about some bitches though.
100%.
Oh.
100%.
A lot of this, when they hit you, when they go on Vlad and be like, my homeboy called me and said, your homeboy ain't called you and said nothing, that bitch called you and told you. You get what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of this beef be starting from, pillow talking and shit like that.
Most
So,
of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, most of it. It ain't never really
Right.
about no money. It ain't really never about
Right.
nothing major. It always start with some cheeks.
Yeah, that's outside of gang history.
And that's why
Yeah.
the most player thing you can do, bro, is keep a woman out your business and shut the fuck up. Stop laying your head on the pillow and your jaw start moving.
Facts.
You feel me? Get you some pussy and go on about your business, brother. You ain't got to talk. You ain't got to have no deep conversation about nobody else, bro. That's why that's the number one rule with me, bro.
Don't give him nothing if he don't talk to you, girl.
Yeah, bro, like,
Whoever
stop.
listening to this.
But see, the thing about women, though, women naturally just want the tea.
Yeah.
Right.
You, as a man, you shouldn't have no tea bags.
Nah.
You ain't got
It's
no
not
tea.
that we want the tea. We want y'all to feel like y'all can talk to us.
Right.
Yeah, but
but
some shit you don't need to know nothing about.
Yeah, I was
You don't
gonna
need to
say-
know who my
Yeah,
op
I was-
is. You
Right.
don't need to know who we shot at.
Yeah,
You
none
don't
of
need to
that.
know who
I
was
was
in the car.
gonna say there are some things that are better left unsaid.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
but-
need to know everything. Tell me what you want me to know.
But niggas be doing that to be cool. You
how-
be at the hotel
and-
finna get some pussy
and the
rolling
woman-
up. Yeah, we finna kill that nigga and goddamn.
And the whole time, though, she
Right.
thinking like you lame as fuck.
Correct.
Nah, she probably thinking No, she think it's cool. I love her. No. You got these hood hoes fucked up. She think it's cool until you fuck over her and cheat on her. Now I'm gonna go to that op and be like, nah, he said him and Tony was in there and they shot at you. That's how the shit go. She love it at first. A bitch love to fuck a killer. Supposed to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Right. That turn her on though. But yeah, she gonna go tell. But for the record, like I said, my biggest point with all this shit is that I'm with you. I don't know Dolph personally. You get what I'm saying? It's tragic what happened to him, and then, you know, I'm gonna move on away from Dolph. It's tragic of what happened to him, but at the same time, we do manifest this in a certain kind of way. But you got to think about logic. I think deeper than what you see on the surface. You don't know what's going on in Memphis politics. I don't like talking about other cities and what going on because I don't know who's who. You don't know who the good guy or the bad guy or the instigator is. You don't know none of that shit. Right. But I think logically, if somebody shot up my car 100 times, I don't know why they did that in itself, right? But it got to be something to make a nigga shoot, you know what I'm saying? Something. Right. But let's say it ain't nothing. Let's say just jealousy and envy. And I survived that. What's my next move?
I'm getting the fuck out the way.
No. You getting out the way?
Yeah, I'm getting out the way. Or of course I'm going. It's just going to be retaliation, of course. But I'm getting out the fucking way in the midst of the retaliation.
Okay, cool. Agreed.
Yeah.
You think you can shoot 100 shots at me, and I get the word or the T who shot at me 100 times, and it's all about it, and it's all good?
Yeah, ain't no song.
No. I got to do something back. Now that might not make the news. That might not make whatever what happened. But this shit be ongoing. So whatever led up to that situation is deeper than we know. Now, for the record, to be factual, they found a getaway car at a house. Y'all seen that? Mm-hmm. Whoever stayed at that house is now dead as well. Mm-hmm. And I know this is ignorant to me, but I like that though. I know that's wild. That's so wild. But I just like when niggas sliding for real and it ain't a joke.
But it's sad,
but it's a part of it. That's what I'm saying.
It's a part of it.
So like they found the getaway car, and the day they found it, it's a murder at that site. Them niggas ain't playing, bro. Whatever going on in Memphis, I hope all innocent bystanders are out of the way. And they ain't got nothing to do with that. Right.
It's a war right now.
Whoever in it, man, this shit realistic. So fans, you need to get a real picture of what's going on. Y'all can celebrate the music, but that instigating on the internet, man, this shit lead to deeper shit than that.
Now, I don't understand why people are like on there saying that kind of stuff. Like, oh no, I'm this and that, I'm with this and I'm this. I'm a hugest Gucci fan. And when Jeezy and Gucci was on their verses, I was definitely like, oh, I'm Gucci. Mm-hmm. But I don't, like I used to say on there then, I don't know him. I'm literally joining in on the sport of saying I like my rapper more.
Right.
There's no way
you can like one more as a fan.
That's
absolutely.
What I'm saying, but there's no way I would actually think in death I'm going to go on here and say, fuck Yo Gotti.
Oh,
like you said, that is absolutely asinine.
But you have to understand that a lot of these artists have cult followings, and what cult followings do, these are people who are obsessed with you in a fashion to where they feel like they know you. That's why you can't say nothing bad about Beyonce without getting canceled.
Oh.
Right.
You feel me? They have cult followings, and these are people that are tied to these people like that. Yeah. And these people are passionate about that. These are people that what's funny, when you got a cult following, if I'm beefing with you and I come on your page and I say anything about you, you feel me?
Right.
Them folks gonna be on my ass.
You're right. But it was just hard for me. What you right? Yeah. It was just hard for me to see people I know do that. Like it was niggas that I know. Like nigga, if I died, you wouldn't ride like that.
Right.
You don't know this nigga. I know you don't know Dolph. We know each other. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But so it's like just like niggas was fucked CMG. Like
but even the cult following is a weird obsession to me.
Right.
If Gotti wanted to sign you right now, you out of here.
That shit remind me of Eminem Stan.
Yeah.
There's some stands out here, bro. But that shit look real creepy. Like, and what's funny is these same people who are standing, like, are the people that Gotti would, that Dolph, if he was alive, seen you and you did all that extra shit, security gonna slam you on your head.
Facts.
You feel me?
That's a fact. Is that awkward to y'all to be that famous though? Like, do people love you like that? Listen, I mean, maybe you've had a closer experience that than
just the small amount that I have from being, because like I have a really big fan base of not fan base, but a client base that love my work of hair. Mm-hmm. Right. When I go out, if I don't smoke, I cannot be that social. It really is a lot, and like I always say I couldn't imagine being like Cardi B or someone that big that you can't go to Target without people taking 1,000,000 pictures of you. And I don't know if I could do. I would be like Summer Walker. Please don't hug me. Please don't touch me. Please.
Yeah.
But like I say, that goes back to understanding that it's not about you. It's just people need something to make them feel good about themselves a lot of time. No, because I know it's not about me.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Though. Has a fan ever ran up on you, but you thought it was smoke at first because of how they approached you?
100%.
That's what worries me more
when you
than
go out somewhere,
anything.
you go out somewhere and somebody's staring at you. You feel me? And you
don't know why.
You don't know why. But that's me. I've gotten so used to it to where it's almost like I engage first.
Right.
So if I feel you staring at me, I'm just like, "What's up, bro?" Or however, you feel me? So I can see what it is. I got to gauge that smoke.
Right.
You feel me? Most of the time, but that also is a reason why I don't go into public places a lot of times. The most places you're gonna see me is like my son's basketball game and shit like that.
Right.
And I'm in a city where people know me, so I don't have to really deal with that.
Yeah.
But when I go to bigger cities, I'm in Atlanta and shit like that, I don't really go outside. You feel what I'm saying? It's because I can't gauge shit. I don't know these folks. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what
so
I mean by that. Like
I can't gauge. I get
out.
anxiety, like quick, like a motherfucker.
Right.
So it's like if I go somewhere, I got to be isolated. If I go to the club, we got to have a section and we got to be
Yes.
away from everything.
That's
And I want to control my environment. I'm never gonna be in the crowd nowhere. I'm never standing in no line. I'm never doing no wild shit like that. It's just because I can't gauge. And that was before anybody knew who the fuck I was. I
Right.
still just moved like that.
Right.
You feel me? I just always been like that. So
People always, when they meet me, they always end up saying like, "Dang, you're a lot louder, like on your Facebook than you are in." And I'm like, because I'm a introvert.
Because
Unless
nigga, it's
I'm
the
in
internet.
yeah, it's
nigga.
a safe
I'm
space,
just-
motherfucker.
Yeah.
That too,
Yeah.
but like I'm only extroverted if I'm around people I'm comfortable with. So in my own little section, I'm lit. But if I move out of that section, I'm very much so like chill, because it's weird out here.
yeah, that's why I say I never really like been pressed on being famous or well known, but that's just something that comes with success.
Well, speaking of
Especially in this time.
fame and murder, Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty. I know everybody's seen that. You familiar with Kyle?
Yeah, I seen that he was not guilty, and I just was like,
I've had some big arguments. I've heard the most racist. I can't even call it racist. I've heard the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard about racism all my life 2 days ago.
what?
I'm having this conversation about the Colin Kaepernick episode with the white guy that I consider to be a buddy of mine, right? And we're talking about racism in general, okay? Now, we talking about racism, and he said something to me that I have never heard in my life. It took my breath away, brother. That man say, "But the Jews ain't crying about it."
What? Explain that.
You can't. That man say, "I understand what y'all went through, but the Jews went through something and they not crying about it."
First of
That shit blew my mind, brother. But let me tell you, it was an epiphany also. We can't win, though. First of all, the Holocaust didn't happen here.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And in Germany,
Right.
if you bring up certain shit, your ass is getting in trouble.
This motherfucker ain't never been to Germany.
America
He
don't
wouldn't
even-
know
no,
how.
but
He don't even know
No,
what happened.
no, to your point, you're right.
They treat
Yes.
them in a certain way. In America, you can say what the fuck you want, clearly.
Right.
About it.
But the thing is, it's like, bro, the Holocaust didn't happen here, my nigga. We talking about something that happened in the U.S.
Right.
But to avoid black issues, you went to Germany. Then you mentioned the group of people that are here in America. I can't speak for Jews in Germany.
A thriving group of people that ain't worried about nothing. And because of what happened to
And
them,
on
you
all
can't
the
fuck
damn
with them.
record labels.
Yeah, because they got reparations and
Right.
moved over here and balled on their ass. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We got that
Right.
we'll shut the fuck up too.
And then my biggest thought
Just
was,
give me the mule.
and my biggest thought was, they overthrew their oppression. So you want to see how we act if we overthrow ours?
Right.
You should have aped out on his ass.
No, but I didn't, because
I
the day
know.
before he said something just as ridiculous. We was talking about a country singer, and he was like, he liked this country singer, Luke Combs, until he backed off the Confederate flag. And he asked me, did the Confederate flag bother me? And I said, no, it doesn't bother me. But it does bother me if you know exactly what it means. I feel like a lot of country folks don't know shit about shit. They just old country folks.
Right.
I grew up
Yeah.
and
Right.
but once you know what it means, and I assume Luke Combs does, he's smart enough, rich enough to know what it means, then I wouldn't support it. But he said, well, why do you have a problem? They still fly the fist.
Right.
I say, man, this shit is ridiculous, my
Right.
nigga. What?
What the fish got to do with that?
Brother, yes, those people fought against the flag that you love so much today, and they wanted to keep slaves. That's what the whole shit was over.
Right. The fish ain't got nothing
What
to do with
the
that.
fuck does this have to do with that? But it just, bro. And he said it.
He's for real when
He's dead serious, and there's no, like he looks at you like, what,
What?
man? What?
And what's funny is that I just feel like the word black is triggering for white people. Because you can say brown pride. You feel me?
Right.
But if you say black power,
right,
it's racist. Like, no, bitch, all I'm saying is that black people should be empowered.
No, we all should be empowered.
You feel me?
They go.
You feel me?
No, we all have power.
Yeah, like, nah, bitch, that's cool if y'all are empowered.
Right.
I don't have no problem with white power.
I mean, if y'all acted like we all had power, motherfucker, I wouldn't have to.
Yeah, bro. But I think a lot of people are, like you say, I think our biggest issue is so many people are lazy and don't do research or don't. Yeah. So it's a lot of people are repeating something they heard. Right. That's why you on the on Instagram and social media, you see so many memes being like reposted and people saying the same thing.
As their
it's
own
like
words.
everybody's just repeating what they heard. Nobody's coming up with no fresh new material that makes sense.
Right.
It's like, and we don't even investigate the shit we heard. We just hear enough people say it to that's what we say. That the Jews ain't crying about it. He heard that somewhere.
No.
Because he couldn't even break that down to you.
No, I believe he felt that. I honestly believe, like in the midst of arguing with, because this is what people do.
But
okay, because we about to do this right now about this Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, we gonna do this in this room. I got a feeling it's coming. But no, because I got a feeling that we all differ. Well, at least some of us differ on this case. What people do when they run out of facts is that they run to emotions.
Right.
And in the heat of
100%.
emotion, you say whatever comes to you. You're out of facts. And I felt like I backed him to a corner with Colin Kaepernick facts, and the only thing that popped in his mind was, well, the Jews ain't complaining.
But this is my problem with that, though.
Just let that sit in.
But when he said the Jews ain't complaining, though, did you explain to him, like, that ain't even happened here?
No.
All right. So my thing is that what he's not even registering when he said that. That's why I say he heard it somewhere.
Right.
He not even registering that shit didn't even happen in the U.S. He not even registering that they got reparations.
Right.
He not even registering that they up right now.
Right.
It was just something to get you off his ass.
I'm losing this one.
I gotta say something wild.
Right.
And it's just like he didn't think about that, bro. He heard that somewhere. That's not no shit he came up with because
I just let him have it, dog. At that point, I can't
laugh after.
No, I can't engage in conversation. Once the conversation goes to that point,
ridiculous. You gotta stop
because I can't. I love facts. I don't want to factually compete against ridiculousness.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, it doesn't make no sense at that point.
Right.
Because you're saying, like, 2 + 2 is 4, and he's like 7, 12,
Right.
11.
Yeah. Like they say,
exactly.
If you argue with a fool, people in the distance can't tell who the fool is.
Love it.
You feel me?
So how do y'all feel about Kyle? Where y'all at with the verdict of the Kyle case, the case in general, but let alone the verdict? What are your feelings and takes on Kyle Rittenhouse?
This is my view on it. Right. I can't show up somewhere I'm not supposed to be with some shit I'm not supposed to have and be in self-defense. I can't show up in your house and start a fight with you and kill you and it be self-defense.
Right.
You feel me? So my whole take was I don't know how the situation went in the shootings, but there are some factors that come into play to where we ain't even got to get to the shootings. There's charges you should have had before the murders even were committed. You feel me? You're a minor with an assault rifle. You feel me? In a public place. So my thing is, when you took your assault rifle to a protest,
right?
You feel me? Like, most of the cops don't even come with their guns initially to a protest. They got batons and shields. And when shit get real, they go to their trunks and they get the rifles.
Right.
You come off rip with your rifle.
With the rifles.
You going hunting, bro.
So
you going hunting. And you understand that you have the privilege to go hunting.
Right.
You feel me?
White privilege was definitely involved in this.
Yeah, so because my thing is, bro, we talked about this before. We have homies that were driving, got pulled over, and there was a gun in the car. You're a felon. You feel me? Whether the gun was registered, not registered, loaded, not loaded. The problem is you're a felon from the beginning. You ain't got no business around no gun.
Right.
You feel me? So that's what makes this whole situation illegal. If you're a felon and you kill somebody with a gun in self-defense, you still going to jail because you shouldn't have been around the gun.
Right.
If you're driving with suspended license, you feel me?
Right.
And you get pulled over, we don't give a fuck what happened. You shouldn't have been driving. You feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't have been in this position.
Right.
So whether it was self-defense or not, I can't argue that. But my issue is you shouldn't have been in a position to be defenseless.
Do you find him to be guilty, Tania?
Yeah.
Okay. Elaborate for me. Where was he wrong? What do you feel? Why do you feel like he was proven not guilty?
I just feel like if maybe he wasn't, maybe he was, but I just feel like if he was a different skin color, this would be not even a topic of discussion.
Right.
Well, we would be on the other end of a topic of a discussion.
Right.
So in that case, he needs to be guilty.
I just can't think of a scenario, and I don't even want to make this about race because whether he was white or black, he was wild for even being in that position.
Right.
But I can't think of a scenario to where if he was a 17-year-old black boy, he would have got away with it. Like, do you understand? Tamir Rice got killed for playing with a toy gun.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
like,
meanwhile, from the footage I've seen, now mind you, I don't understand what's doctored, what's factual, what's not. Mm-hmm. But from the images that I've seen, you've killed somebody, and you were able to walk up on the police with the same rifle you killed and be wave. And they not only do you not go to jail, they send you home.
Yeah, they did.
He didn't get arrested the night he murdered people.
He didn't.
He got sent home.
He did. He did.
He got sent home, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let me say this again.
No doubt. He went home.
He went to a protest.
That is.
I go to Mobile, Alabama with an assault rifle 12.
Right.
To a protest with a bunch of white people. Let's flip this. Let me paint this picture. I go to a protest as a 17-year-old black boy, right? With an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Fully loaded. I go to a protest of people protesting abortion. Right? Shit get heated.
Right.
And I killed 3 people. And in the midst of me after I get done shooting these 3 people, I walk past the police and they say, "We got her from here. Go home."
Yeah. As a black man, you ain't gonna walk past the police with no gun. You ain't going home either.
Bro, you can't go to a protest and hop on 3 people without getting shot. You can't fight 3 people.
You can't whoop 3 people head.
You can't spit on somebody and not get your motherfucking shit popped.
Right.
You feel me? So I feel like him surviving that situation was wild. You didn't get arrested. Like people had to call you out for them folks to go get you.
Just the audacity of him going.
Man, listen, man. Then on top of that, your mom, what they say is that she dropped him off.
She brung him there. Yes.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm 1,000% with the both of you.
Yeah, come on, man.
But what I'm encouraging black people to do is to spare our emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes they're misplaced. Everything y'all said is correct about it. The roles were reversed if the skin color was reversed. You understand? We're not afforded those privileges in any kind of situation. Yes, we understand if this man was black, he would have probably been dead at the protest
and that's
himself.
That's why I said I want to keep the race out of it because
no, it's fine. Go ahead. It's fine to have it because I understand, but I want black people to know that there's another war going on too that we got to recognize that white people do, and then I'll get into the facts of the case. There are a group of white people that are hijacking our plight for political gain. You do understand that, right? Mm-hmm. Liberals are no better than conservatives to us. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they have realized, and they realized for a long time, that if they play like they okay with our plight, they promote our issues, then we will vote for them. But every time we vote for them, we get nothing. We get no, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We get no help from them. They don't help us achieve anything politically, nothing, right? They're just going against conservatives. Most of the people who are against Black Lives Matter and pretty much any goddamn thing, black collar cabinet, anything, they're conservative Republicans.
Right.
We understand that, right? So that's the op, in other words, to a liberal. Is the enemy of my enemy not my friend?
Right.
So they make friends with us to get our vote. You understand what I'm saying? So they play on our emotions. They post all these things sometimes on the little news stations that we like, and they play on our emotions. But here are the facts of the case. That man is not guilty. Whether we like it or not, it ain't even nothing to like. We have to get out of our feelings and start understanding the law and how the law works, okay? In Wisconsin, it is illegal for somebody to possess arms under 17. but there is under 18, excuse me, but there is a provision that it's a short barrel rifle or a short barrel shotgun. You understand? So the gun he was carrying was in the length to carry if he have a hunting certificate, right? Assuming that he did.
Right.
Yes, there was an 8 o'clock curfew, so some people say he shouldn't have been out there in the first place, right? But then if that's the case, wasn't nobody supposed to be out there in the first place. They say he drove in town. Where he's from, where he was 30 minutes away from there. 2 of the people he killed live farther than that from there.
Right.
So they also drove
Did the people
in.
he killed, were they armed?
Yes.
Okay. Cool,
Right.
Cool. See, I'm gonna let you finish, but my that's why I say, for me, I don't understand the facts of the case. But go ahead.
So he came there because we understand the Blue Lives Matter movement, right? So when you see all these Black Lives Matter protests and rallies, there are some people that were looting and taking shit farther that didn't have shit to do with our protests. They were hijacking our shit, right?
Right.
So he came in to get with another group of people who were also out there protecting businesses. I can't say he's wrong for that. You do have the right to show up and protect businesses if something unlawful is being going on. Yes, he was 17, but we sent 18-year-olds to the army to fight for the country. So what's the difference than protecting an innocent business? There's no harm there, no foul. He's carrying the firearm that he's allowed to carry by the law. He's there to protect a business. He ain't shooting nobody. So wherever he showed up, is it stupidity? Should he not been there? Yes, but that's not the law. So we got to get outside of that. There is no law for being a dumbass. You get what I'm saying? Fine. So the gentleman gets into it with a protester, okay? This protester got into it with him at the gas station. I don't know what the argument started. Nobody really knows what the argument started about because the guy's dead now, right? He turns the guy, Rittenhouse. They get into it. The guy makes some kind of gesture towards him. Rittenhouse hauls ass away from him. Got his rifle, running away from him. So he cannot be a threat if he's running, right? The gentleman is behind him on video. I'll send the video to you boys so everyone can see. It's public records now, right? The gentleman was throwing something at him behind him. This young man is not an athlete. He's a slew-footed young white kid. You get what I'm saying? He catches up to him and reaches for the rifle. They know this because the gentleman in the video who was helping him up, who was also a part of the protest, even said when he talked to the cops, the guy who got shot reached for his handgun. So I have not, let's say I'm him, I have not shot anybody because I'm upset or disagree with you. Someone is chasing me. The law says you have the right to use deadly force to avoid death or seriously bodily harm. That's just the law, correct? Guy reaches for the gun, he shoots him. He then calls the police over top of the guy he shot, and he says, "I just killed someone." So he's calling the police, saying he just killed someone, right? Then you hear the mob of people who are there protesting saying, "Get that motherfucker." Their exact words, in quotations, right?
Right.
So now another mob starts chasing him. He hauls ass. So now you hear all these people in the distance hollering, "Get him, get him, get him." So the people up there who were there for the protest, they hear "Get him, get him," and they turn and lock eyes on him.
Right.
So now everybody trying to get him. There's a video of a guy, once he gets to the little main street, a guy comes behind him and he swings on him with something in his hand. He misses him. Rittenhouse don't turn around and shoot. He dodges him and still tries to haul ass. Then he trips and falls. Now I'm on the ground.
Like a white man in a scary movie.
Like a white man in a scary movie, right? Now I'm on the ground. And here's where the kid with the skateboard comes in on top of his head. Seriously bodily harm, right? A skateboard is not a weapon, but it can be used as a weapon. So 2 people attack him. He shoots the kid with the skateboard and the other gentleman. The 3rd gentleman he shot that survived. These are all facts in the case. So at this point, he has not sought out anybody. He's being attacked. So we watch boxing matches all the time, right? If I'm stalking you down, they call me the aggressor, right? You the counterpuncher. But if you hit me and you daze me, all of a sudden, what's your natural reaction when you see I'm dazed? What you gonna do? You the counterpuncher. Right. Now you the attack, right?
Right.
So in a fight, in an altercation, aggression can be changed in an instant. Who's the aggressor? Who's the attacker, right? So we view him as the bad party because he showed up there and we're like, "Oh, it's against Black Lives Matter. He shouldn't have been there, blah, blah, blah." But they're attacking him, whether you approve of what's going on or not. The last gentleman he shot walked up on him. He's a paramedic. He's a surviving victim. He testified in the case and everything. And he says, "I walked up to him. He had his gun out. The dude cocked the gun. He shot him in the arm. When he put his gun down, Rittenhouse stopped shooting. He didn't kill him. That's how he survived. Tell me what in there wasn't self-defense.
Right. I don't. That's why I say I'm not arguing self-defense at all. I'm not.
But even the law by the gun.
It's kind of like how you say with the Dolph in the streets. Like, he went to a protest with a gun.
Yeah, but none of that's illegal.
It's not illegal.
I'm with you on how you.
Right.
I'm with you on how you feel. Yeah.
Right.
But see, we talking street politics.
Right.
That's the law.
Yeah.
When they go to court, they don't care about, like I said, if there was a crime for stupidity, he's supposed to be doing life.
Right.
You go to a protest with a gun and you know they got arms too, what you expect.
Yeah.
But
and on the flip side, if he didn't have his gun, what would he be?
Probably shot and beat the fuck up.
Probably just beat up.
But who knows?
Yeah, ain't no
but we
telling.
can't speculate to say. I know right now, if you got a gun to knee and somebody chasing you down and they make contact and reach for that gun, you shoot.
Right.
I know if you got.
I'm not going to their protest trying to say that what they're doing.
But there's nothing illegal about him showing up, because you being outside after the people at the protest were doing something quote unquote
then they should
illegal.
go to jail for being outside of
Right.
Okay, that's all I'm saying though. So we can't say he wasn't supposed to be there because they weren't supposed. The other side wasn't supposed to be there.
They're not getting charged. He is.
Right, but they attacked him, so we can't say he can't show up, but they could.
No,
I'm just talking about the law.
is okay. He could get charged and they could get charged.
Okay, yeah,
both could get charged.
Right.
However, that does not negate that he didn't.
So the only crime that he broke was curfew. So if you want to charge him with being out outside after 8 p.m., fine.
Well, then he should get charged with that.
That's fine. But the rifle he was carrying, legal.
Yeah.
The people he shot on the video were attacking the shit out of him.
Maybe I can't fathom any of that because I live in Florida. And our laws are a lot different.
No,
they're not at all. They're very similar.
Our gun lines are more free.
Right. They're very similar.
The stand your ground. If they had a stand your ground law, he wouldn't even probably went to court.
Right. But this is why this is why I break that up, is because we have to get outside of our feelings and understand the facts. They say if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. They won on laws that were written. They wasn't written for him. A lot of times, it's like when black people get pulled over and we argue with the cops. That's not how the law works. Mm-hmm. If you were treated, if you were improperly arrested, your day is for court.
Right.
Not to sit there and debate with him. Mm-hmm. He ain't a judge. He can't find you guilty, not guilty, nothing like that. He just making an arrest. Right. So we have to start understand how this works. And I tell you why. Because if we start going on feelings, the real case, what we need to watch out for is coming up. That's the Ahmaud Arbery case.
I'm not familiar.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
That's the case in Georgia where they hunted that boy down for walking around that house that was unfinished.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
That case is going on right now. Please, I don't want any other black people to don't misuse our black card.
Right.
First of all, they didn't have nothing to do with us.
Don't cry wolf right now.
Right. Nobody black got killed in that. And I'm not saying because you white, your life is less.
But that let you know how. Right. That let you know that it was legit though, because there was no black people involved in this. So it had to be legit. That's why, and like I say, bro, what we have to understand is this: is wild shit happen every day, and everything ain't on TV.
Right.
But what y'all have to understand is a lot of this shit is made public and put on TV to incite emotion, to get a rise out of you. That's why they put it in your face. That's why they make it a big deal. And a lot of this shit is distractions from other shit.
Right.
You be looking this way, and there's some shit going on over here that you really need to be paying attention to.
Fact.
So that's why if you watch me on social media, bro, you never see me post about anything current. I ain't talking about Dolph. I ain't got no Rittenhouse. I ain't talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with what's going to affect me directly.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not good to be in your feelings and be getting tied up in everything, because all of this shit is meant to get a rise out of you. It's like when these folks want to do something, bro, they create a big ass distraction over here, and then they do some wild shit over here.
Facts.
A lot of times, if you pay attention to the history of a lot of these cases and things going on, when the OJ case is going on, there's some kind of law being passed over here that your ass need to be paying attention to. Right. You feel me? And that happens every time. Even in this case, in the midst of this Rittenhouse shit, they passed a law that you probably should have been focused on. Right. You feel me? And it's like you say, bro, we black people, they learn how to make us focus on the wrong shit. It's not that your vote don't count and your word don't count. It's just you don't even know what to focus on to make your vote count and your word count. You don't know what to be voting on or what to pay attention to.
Exactly.
You so busy caught up in the media and your feelings and shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that you miss the shit that you need to be paying attention to.
And all we heard was BLM rally protest, white gunmen.
Bro,
not realizing.
I knew nothing about what happened. That's why when
Right.
even you brought it up, I'm just like, all I can analyze on is what I knew. And
Right.
all I know is a motherfucker that 17 had a gun out, killed some people.
That's all
And
I
all I
knew.
could think about is if
And
it was
that
a black
he went
person,
to it.
you feel
Right.
me? But I think that's something that they've trained us to do too. And what I will say this is that we always say if it was a black person. And I think we always say if it was a black person because just like you say, black people don't usually fucking know the law.
Right.
We don't know how to fucking cooperate until we get to a place of safety.
Yes.
Like, bro, don't die at the traffic stop because emotion will get you killed.
Right.
That makes them feel
Right.
like
now
they
they
can kill
have an
you.
excuse to play with the law.
Right. So if I comply and I do everything I'm supposed to do, yes, take me to jail. Bro, I had a situation to where I got pulled over fucking 30 feet from my house. You feel me? I got pulled over 30 feet from my house. Cop pulled me over. He asked me for my ID. I always comply. I ain't got time to be fucking wrestling. It's a lose-lose situation.
Right.
What am I going to do?
Exactly.
Give them my license. You feel me? They say, well, there was a car that resembles yours that was just in the shooting. You feel me?
Right.
5, 6 more cars pull up. Now, mind you, at this time, it's 2:45 in the morning. I'm leaving the club or something. I'm gonna sit you in the car for a minute. Okay, sit in the car. You feel me? I'm gonna test your hand. We're gonna take you down to the station and test your hand for gun.
Oh, they
residue.
doing the most.
They doing the most.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay. Like, bro, how can I win?
You know you can't.
I can't.
Right.
So I comply. I do whatever the fuck. They take me down to the station, test my hand. Bro, I got home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But I got home alive.
Yeah.
I had no smoke. Now, mind you, fast forward, right? I get pulled over, tag expired. Probably 2-3 months later, tag expired, same officer. Hey man, I remember when we pulled you over. Oh, you the guy that's from we ran down to the station, man. I really appreciate you cooperating with us, man. Get your tag fixed. Have a nice day.
Right.
2 more weeks later, my brother get pulled over in my car. He called me. Police officer get on the phone.
Yeah.
Mr.
much you
Johnson,
know.
get this damn tag fixed.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hang up the phone, let him go.
A lot of them boys
So
be trying to make it home too. They
Yeah,
don't-
you feel what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
like it's not always, even in a situation where the situations where you have a nasty motherfucker that want to do something to you, it's most important that you comply to.
Right.
You don't want to give a motherfucker that want to hurt you no reason to do it.
Right. And complying ain't, and what I'm trying to tell black people, complying is not submission. It's leaving room for the win later.
Right.
They're looking
Right.
for a reason. Let's say they pull you over and they completely wrong. They completely out of line. You might actually have a lawsuit case.
Right.
But then you cut the fuck up. Now when I go to court about the whole situation, now they got video of you cutting up. Now it's up to the jurors to be like, well, did he cut up?
was hostile,
If he had
right.
complied, if he had, you see what I'm saying? You murk the waters instead of just listening and stop arguing the facts. Now you know what kind of rifle you can carry. Next protest, guess
Right.
what you should have on you?
Right. Right.
The same rifle that nigga had.
Right.
Because apparently it's legal.
I say all the time,
You get
bro.
what I'm saying?
I say all the time.
We need to start learning from the
allow
shit.
people to fly their flag so you can fly yours.
Exactly.
Learn when people do shit like that and say he get off. Don't complain about it.
Right.
Now you know, bitch. I'm gonna do
Facts.
the same thing.
Now when
I'm
we
glad
all
you
out-
got off. So now
Facts.
when I go pop a bitch when I need to pop a bitch,
I'm
I
out
know
here
how to
with
get off.
I'm out here with long ARs, and I suggest you don't approach me with nothing that like a rock or skateboard or nothing, because I know how this goes.
Because I'm gonna reference this case like everybody else does.
That's how the law works. So that's why I give people these facts, and most importantly, I need y'all to pay attention to this because, brother, this is a divide in the world. Like, I don't think y'all understand how serious this is. If they let these boys go for killing Ahmaud Arbery, on top of what just happened, brother, it's finna be chaos around this motherfucker.
right, right. And it's and to even cut you off, that's the plan.
I hope it's not.
That's the plan.
For the world's sake, they hunted this man down. You understand what I'm saying?
And this is the age of Aquarian.
And
I don't know what that means.
Revolution, and it will be televised this time.
Okay, you got
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what's wild though is that goes back to the dog shit, right?
No, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
What the era we're in right now, where the planets are conjunct, has not happened since another riot had happened.
But peep this.
I struggle with you at this thing.
Yeah.
You probably listen,
I'm
you could be
gonna find the facts.
you could
so
be
you
100%
believe it
right.
up.
I just don't know.
I'ma
Yeah, planets aligned decide.
Yeah.
I want to say this is that America, please stop fake caring. Black people, stop fake caring. You feel me? Because right now, how many people you think concerned with Ahmaud Arbery?
Man, ain't no nobody mind unless you're doing some research.
You feel what I'm saying? So now
Most people forgot the case was going on. You were
Right.
You so worrying about the white dude who killed
I
2
didn't
other
even
white
know the
people.
name of it.
Most people, yeah.
And you didn't really give a fuck about that.
No, you didn't though.
My thing is, as black people, we have to stop letting people choose what we give a fuck about.
And they're doing it for political gain. They winding you up.
Right. Truly, we should give a fuck about the Ahmaud Arbery case.
That should be the only shit we're worried about
but
right
we
now.
should give a fuck about it all the time. And when it counts, we should have gave a fuck about it when it happened, and we should be applying pressure all the way up through this trial.
Right.
Right now, we talking about young Dolph.
Which we should say is R.I.P.
Right.
God bless your family.
My point is though, bro, is that once these folks gonna get off, because it's planned. When these folks get off, right? Mind you, there are some people, just like there's some people who truly gave a fuck about Dolph and gonna ride for Dolph, and they're gonna slide in the house where the car was at, gonna get shot up. That's a real thing.
Right.
There's some people who are truly going to give a fuck about Ahmaud Arbery, but there are also gonna be a bunch of bandwagon I give a fuck motherfuckers.
But see, this deeper than rap though.
It is way deeper than rap.
They let this go, brother. This is a clear line in the sand of where it is to be white and black.
100%.
It's over with.
But that line has been etched. They just defining that motherfucker and letting you know it's over.
But listen to me, it's over with. Let me be clear with you. I saw some people post about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing that they was not guilty, and they posted it as if it was a celebration. I'm totally fine with that, right? If they get found guilty of killing Ahmaud Arbery, which they are guilty, if you don't post nothing, I don't fuck with you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I know people, I watched your Facebook. If you don't post nothing when them white folks is found guilty for hunting that black boy down, I don't fuck with you because the evidence is clear. Just like I'm smart enough, I outline the facts for me and all my culture who watch this show, and even people in my personal life who will still try to disagree. The facts are the facts. I'm with you. He did defend himself. I understand the law. If you understand the law also, if you don't post nothing, bro.
And that's why it's important that you do what you just did, so that way in this case,
yes,
you can really.
That's why I say everybody pipe down, let the facts go. Cool. Now pay attention because the same law better apply. This young man was in a house that was it wasn't finished. You know, the underdeveloped houses when they putting the boards up and stuff like that. So he was walking through. Okay. They said that they was trying to make a citizen's arrest for him breaking and entering. It's an open house, motherfucker. You can't break and enter an open house.
Right.
So that eliminates that. Video of him leaving the house. He didn't take nothing. Not a piece of wood that didn't belong to him. Not a nail, not a hammer, nothing. So he didn't take anything. You get what I'm saying? So no crime committed. Do you understand me? They followed this man for 5 minutes as he ran and tried to get away. I'm going to play a clip for you of the gentleman who actually pulled the trigger, right? And I want you to hear his testimony. This is open and shut case. You can go online and you can watch the 2-hour testimony if you want to. I mean, his cross-examination if you want to. But this is all you need to hear right here. Listen to this man.
Pulled up to him, very first time.
I'll start it over.
When you first pulled up to him, very first time, you confirmed it was him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You testified under oath to this jury that I'm not going to chase or investigate someone who is armed, right?
That's correct.
And yet you want this jury to believe now that he was a threat to you, okay, and that you perceived him as a threat, yet you continued to chase him down Burford.
I didn't know if he was a threat or not. He never reached in his pockets, and I wanted to see what was happening. I figured I could talk to him at this point, or, getting up to him on the second point.
But hadn't at this point he demonstrated not once, not twice, but 3 times he did not want to talk to you?
When I'm at the stop, when I stopped the Burford?
Mm-hmm. Right, because you pulled up to him once, he doesn't want to talk to you. You back up, he doesn't want to talk to you. You pull down Burford, your dad's yelling, cut him off. And all of a sudden, he runs back, he doesn't want to talk to you. That's 3 times he's demonstrated to you that he does not want to talk to you, correct?
Yes.
And he's also demonstrated he's no threat to you. He hasn't pulled out a gun.
That's correct.
He hasn't said one word to you.
He has not.
He's not threatened you in any way, verbally or physically.
No, ma'am.
No knives.
No knives.
All right. He's not swearing at you, using profanity or anything like that, is he?
Didn't talk.
So at this point, you get out of the truck. correct?
That's correct.
And you get out with your shotgun.
No, I got out when my father got out to get in the back, and then my shotgun slipped and was in the floorboard where my feet were all over it. Once I'm out of the vehicle, it was safe to, I'm not going to reach out. Wasn't going to grab it while Mr. Arbery was right there. There was no reason for it. He's run off. I'm on the side of the truck, so at that point I grabbed the shotgun out of the floorboard and put it back on the seat.
Your dad gets out with his .357 Magnum, correct?
I didn't know if he had it on him or not. I knew he had it, but I didn't see it. He didn't have it in his hand.
So he didn't have it in his hand as he ran about 10 yards down the road after Mr. Arbery.
He didn't run down the road after Mr. Arbery.
You have a...
Now, that's just a short clip of his testimony.
That man said his
But
shotgun slipped.
You heard everything you needed to hear. This man tried to make... So, this is why I tell you to pay attention to the facts. If the people who were chasing down Rittenhouse who had a weapon, okay, if those people were attacking him, then what is it when people who have weapons are chasing down a person with no weapon?
Right. That's
Case closed.
That's hunting.
They're hunting him. You just said, your daddy said, cut him off. You made 3 attempts to talk to him. He turned and walked the opposite direction each time. He said he didn't cuss at him. He didn't show any weapons. He never put his hands in his pocket. Could you please tell me where the threat is? Could you please tell me?
Because you definitely can't kill somebody for not wanting to talk to you. And I'm going away from you. Like any case in any situation to where if I'm retreating and you kill me,
right,
that is hunting. That's murder. You can't even kill somebody that's running out of your house.
Right.
If they broke in.
Do you know if nobody was chasing me, I couldn't run for 5 minutes right now? You know how tired I would be in 5 minutes.
Right.
So for him to have people pursuing him with weapons and trucks for 5 minutes, trying to figure out a path to cut him off, to stop him from making any exit.
Man, imagine that.
They hunted him to his death, bro.
Imagine that feeling, bro. Helpless.
If you are white, I just want to tell you this. I'm with you on the Rittenhouse. I'm with you. I'm with you that all white people aren't racist. I'm so with you. You don't say nothing about this shit, or you try to argue with me or give me any pushback, fuck you. You racist. They hunted. There's nothing else to say. You cannot find a piece of evidence in this case that says he should have been killed. That's why I'm telling you, it's deeper than rap. If they let these people go, if I see you celebrate, support, push back anything,
or even if they convict them and you got a problem with
it, it's the same thing because it's cut and dry.
Yeah. And it's crazy important to do exactly what you just did, bro. That's why I say black people gotta stop crying wolf all the time about everything and complain about everything,
right,
and make it everything about race, because everything is not about race. You feel me? That's just, it's lazy a lot of the times. When a lot of times black people don't want to do research, they reach for race. And we just did that. Right. You feel me? And you had to break down with the facts that none of us knew.
Right.
So at the beginning of the conversation, when you asked us how do you feel about the Rittenhouse case, our answer should have been, we don't know about the case all the way.
Facts.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. We don't know what happened.
Right.
You feel
so
me?
We can't convict.
Right. But it still remains fact, regardless of us not fucking knowing that. Right. If that was a black person,
no, absolutely,
they would be cooked.
That's why I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Right. But your emotion has nothing to do with the facts.
Right.
And we have to learn to do that, because what's happening in the court of law is that our emotions are getting us in trouble. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And we just, like you said, we got to focus on the facts, because everything this is not an emotional situation. And it's hard to find the facts when you're rooted in emotion. Even when you're having an argument with somebody and you're in your emotions, it's hard to find the facts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You feel me? Because you're talking about how you feel versus about what shit is.
We talk about that all the time. In relationships, we talk about how we deal with that. It's easier. We have to start dwelling in facts. That's the only hope we got, because they don't care nothing about how you feel.
I just had a conversation with somebody the other night, and every line started with I feel like. I said, that's the problem. You feel me? We got to stop.
You feel too much.
You feel too much. Like this is not about how you feel. This is about what it is and how it goes. Right. How shit is. It's not about how you feel. Tell me some factual shit about what we're talking about, and then we can get to a conclusion. But if we gonna keep talking about how you feel, that's not how this works.
Let me tell you what we up against, though. You remember how I told you the dude said, but the Jews not complaining, right? If you think that's just a guy that I know, the lawyer in this case, in the Ahmaud Arbery case, right? He was complaining about black pastors being in the trial, right? He says, "Well, how many pastors do they have?" He was like, "How many preachers can they possibly have?" Let me tell you what this man said though. He said by having those preachers in there, it's intimidating the jurors. It is the same as having people in the back dressed like Colonel Sanders with hoods on their head. Mm-hmm. What's his exact words? You have to listen to what these people. This man is a lawyer. He is educated. This is coming out of the mouth of an educated man. He compared black preachers to KKK. Do you hear? Like this shit blows my mind.
And what's funny is like, bro, what they don't understand is it's crazy that something can be 90% white and 10% of black people show up and they threaten and they just like, why all these black people got to come?
Right.
I'm just like, bro, like you ain't complaining about the ratio when it's 100% white.
Come on, man.
You feel me? So my thing is like, all of the jury is white, motherfucker. So a couple of us can't show up and have some type of representation.
Right. But think of their thought process. When you're black, and this is what kills me too about black people who swear that they think that they not thugs and they not this and the third. That man said that the intimidation factor of being a black preacher, is just like the KKK.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Like, does anybody hear what I'm saying?
But we watched.
It just blow my mind.
But listen, what's funny is we watched them do the same thing though with the Klan and the Black Panthers.
Yes,
the Black Panthers show up to protect and like as a bro, we are in defense,
right?
You feel me? Like it's funny because like I'm in defense. I'm here to defend my people from you.
Yeah.
How can you be the aggressor as somebody in defense?
Right.
Because they're saying the audacity of you. That is what it is.
Yeah,
bingo.
They are literally saying
just like the audacity of Ahmaud Arbery to fucking not want to talk to you and run in the opposite direction.
The audacity of you. The audacity of you.
Yeah, like, bro, come on, man.
I'm trying to see what's going on, and you need to stop and talk to me.
Right.
Or else.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy,
right.
You might as well.
Right. Or you going to let us burn this shit down, and you're not going to get in the way of it. And if you do, we going to peg you as a hate group, too. You just like us.
That's a fact.
How am I just like you from defending myself from you?
Because
you feel me? That's like, you know what that's equivalent to? That's like they say, bro, when sheep attack, when wolves attack sheep.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the sheep defends itself. It's like now the sheep is a monster.
Right. Now the wolf looking back like, man, y'all tripping.
Right. Let me hunt you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch, let me eat you.
I won't eat just one of y'all.
Right. Nah, bro. Yeah. No, but we can't do that. And that's what's crazy. It's like now.
The opposition of the white man is going to be something that is the audacity.
Right.
Because they don't want any opposition.
Yes.
Period. And it is like, how dare you?
You motherfucking smart. You better keep rising up because
Black
that leverage,
men,
that pressure only get heavier.
Gay men, like anything that is in opposition of them.
Right.
First they did it with women. Well, they did it with y'all.
Yeah.
But they did it with women in the way of we are what nurtures y'all. Originally, naturally, we were put here to nurture y'all. So the first attack they do is on women. Just like you said earlier.
Who first attack was on who?
Like the first attack that the white man likes to take is on.
Let's not make this male versus female black queen.
Listen.
Because we will go to war. They do not attack y'all more than us.
No, I said the first attack on y'all is at us. So like for them to get at you guys, they come at us first. Because they know we are where you're supposed to go for you guys to be healed from the day's work.
It's important that we stick together on this conversation. So I'm going to let you ride. I'm with you, Black Queen.
Okay, I'm saying the first...
No, I'm with you. Go ahead.
They take any opposition and they make it bad, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, first what they did was with women, they started taking things like we naturally could heal. You know, like imagine back when slaves got beat so badly and then late at night the women would heal their backs. Like, they're figuring out how are y'all doing that? And we're using dirt, herbs, oils.
You want me to tell you what the trick was, though? The trick was really this, is that I think our biggest our issue, especially black women, when it comes to that, is that black women start taking on the oppressions of white women that they never had.
Yeah.
Like women's rights.
Yeah.
That's some white woman shit.
Yeah,
Black women were never oppressed in the black household. You feel me? Like even when you go back to the like even you can go back
That's a
far,
thing.
you can go far back to your grandmama, right? When your granddaddy went and came from home from work and he got his check, what he did with his check? Like we can you even said it about your mom. When you think about the household of black people, black women run the household.
Oh yeah. Now,
Right.
I'm talking about in the past. I could see how a black woman would be oppressed in the household,
But-
like in the past, you know,
From
what I mean?
black men?
Yeah, I can see that. Because typically what humans do is when you're taking stress from another area that you can't control, you bring
Take it
it
out.
home.
But what I'm telling you is that the women's rights movement was a thing of like the 70s.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that
Oh,
was the
white
time
women.
to where your grandmama was your daddy was coming home, your granddad was coming home bringing your grandmama the check.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't
but
really
they-
an issue we had.
but they didn't have a lot of say
But
back
I understand that, but it wasn't like white women. It was different. Our issue is this: is we have a problem, right? And what we do is we get distracted from the problem we have, and we take on another problem that's not as important as the problem we have. Is what I'm saying.
Right,
So
right.
let's say, for instance, that black people in general have a plight. You feel me? So now what they do is they take away
They
from that.
split
But
us up by
now gay
giving
black
us separate
people now
plights.
gay
That's what
black
I'm
people have a
saying.
plight.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay.
And now we're fighting this issue when we ain't even solved this issue.
Right.
You
So
trying to
they
get gay rights,
separate
bitch? We
us
ain't even
so-
got black rights.
Right. Yeah,
You feel me? You trying to get rights for gay people, and black people don't even have rights in general.
Right, I'm with you.
Let's fix the first problem first. You feel me? Let's fix
I'm with
let's fix this issue before we focus on this issue.
So-
And that's why I say like the women's rights thing. Maybe it was a real issue, but it wasn't bigger than the black issue.
No.
No, I
in
agree.
general.
No, I agree with
So
that
that's all I'm
statement. I was
saying,
just
yeah.
saying I can't say that our
So
women
some-
weren't oppressed because we did.
But I think it's.
know.
I
Yeah,
get
but
what
you were
he's
oppressed
saying.
before that. But
Yeah.
you were oppressed in a fashion before women's rights ever came. You were just oppressed in fucking general.
No, I get it. Yeah, I'm just saying. But
so-
they were along with us. They were
Yeah.
slaves too. They were raped and beaten.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no. I meant by white
I get
people.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel? I mean by black men.
Yeah.
I just don't think we treated women the best either. We might not have oppressed them as much as the white oppressor, but I seriously doubt that we were as forthcoming to our women.
No. What I'm saying is
No,
that
but you
what I'm
still
saying is the
had, like,
relationship.
your grandma gets like this trophy in the
Right.
family.
My
whereas
point is like.
it ain't always the same.
Yeah, it was more so the relationship.
black-
The relationship between a
Yeah,
white
the woman
man,
is the leading. Black woman is the
right.
leading
But
household.
what I'm saying is that the relationship, even to this day, we talk about it all the time. The relationship between a white man and a white woman, that dynamic is different between the relationship and a black man and a
Yes,
black woman.
yes,
It's always
yes,
been
yes,
different.
yes,
But
yes.
my thing is, as black people, black women start looking at the way these white men were treating these white women, and you starting to marching and rallying with them about the way they getting treated when you ain't even getting treated right over here in general. You
Right.
feel me? So it's like we have to fix one problem before we try to focus on a smaller problem.
Right,
We got
right.
a leak in the faucet, and we trying to fix a smaller leak.
I agree with
Fix
that.
the big one first.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, let's patch one hole before we go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we have a tendency to do that even in everything. And our biggest issue, bro, is that our attention span is so short. We be pissed off about something for 3 days, and then we on to the next thing to be pissed
But
off
that's
about.
what I'm saying. It's like because we aren't being team units to where we can like be full at our potential.
Mm-hmm.
We do give up fast. We do not stick together like how he was saying or you said. We should have been thinking about the Ahmaud thing from
But
day
you know
one
why?
and stuck with it.
But the issue-
we didn't.
the
Now
issue-
when it gets popular again, we're gonna be with it.
But
like,
you hear what you're saying? The issue is that it's not that our attention span is really that short. It's that we do have a short attention span, but it's short because we're not genuine about the things that we give a fuck about.
and we're not
You
sticking
feel me?
together.
Like nobody is genuinely invested
Everybody
in this Rittenhouse
wants
shit.
to be so unique.
I'm gonna tell you how.
Nobody wants to be
I'ma tell you-
alike, or you're copying, or you're jocking, or you're. It's like
We have
nobody
our-
wants
yeah,
to be
yeah.
We
together.
have our own internal. But
Yeah.
like we said at the beginning of this podcast, it's easier to complain than take accountability. So yes, we do have a plight outside of us, a serious one. But also there's some accountability,
Inside.
black man to black man,
Right.
black woman to black man, that we have some stuff to clean up too that will help us fight this other thing over
Right,
here. So
right.
If we
Absolutely.
beefing with each other, we loving on each other, then it's easier to just go with what we're gonna do together.
We just got to really learn how to really give a fuck about the shit that count, bro. Like just
That
like you
too.
say, we talked about the Rittenhouse shit, and a lot of people are in their emotions and invested in the shit, and they don't even understand the facts of it. Like you say, most black people don't even know nobody black got killed.
Yeah, right. But that's white people again, like I said, that were winding you up for political gain.
My thing
they
is,
want to
but-
push
but-
you against
but-
they ops. They
right,
want
but the
because they
thing
can
about
sit
it-
back and just be like, "Go get them black folks. Look at them. Look at them not
but see the
paying
thing,
attention."
but see the thing about it is when you're genuine about something, nobody can wind you up.
Right.
You feel me? When you have a genuine feeling about something,
I also think when you're ignorant about it, something too.
But when you're genuine, you don't remain ignorant, because when you're genuine about something, you investigate and you look into it.
But we have a history. Learning is a learned behavior. That sounds weird, but learning is a learned. Like right now, when you talk to me about astrology, when you first sat here, I knew nothing about it. But just to prove you wrong, I went and researched. You get what I'm saying? Because that's my learned behavior. Most people would have just argued and I still can't disprove you. I don't, we don't know. But I'm just saying in general, I like to have a point that is researched some kind of way. That's a learned behavior. But black people in general, we don't have that. So that's why the news can turn on something and tell you like, oh, look what they're doing. This messed up the black people. Like, we don't even know. Ain't nobody black dying that shit. That ain't got nothing to do.
Right.
They hijack Black Lives Matter anyway to make...
But that go back to prove my point. We just not genuine. The reason why you went and did research is because you were genuine about that. You went and did some research because you were genuine about that conversation. Anybody that's not genuine will argue from emotion because you're too lazy to do some fucking research.
But you got to understand, that's been my lifestyle too. I'm also college educated, things like
that. I get it.
So learning is not foreign to me. I was taught that.
Right.
But it's hard to tell a motherfucker who's not very learned. They argue everything. Their whole life is based on emotion.
Right.
Most of the shit they do is from.
But the thing about it, bro, being a person that does everything from emotion is usually not genuine.
Listen, have you ever showed someone facts and they turned them down?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I've sat here and talked to black folks about this case and other shit, and I've showed them the facts written down, and they don't want that motherfucker. They be like, "Get that shit away from me."
Right.
Get the truth away from me.
Right.
Like, what the
right.
fuck?
But that's lazy. That's emotion, and emotion is lazy, bro. And it all goes back to not being fucking genuine. Because if I care about something, just like I care about my kid, right? If I really want to be a better parent, you feel me? I do things and research things and look at things to make me a better parent. I read. You feel me? I pay attention to shit. But if I'm a lazy parent, you feel me?
Right.
And I'm not genuine and I'm not dedicated, I'm going to take the easy way out a lot of the time, and I'm going to blame my child for everything that's wrong with them.
Well, speaking of parenting and black couples or couples of color, we'll spend the last 10, 15 minutes.
Ooh, man,
and I'm going to
go with it.
I'm going to come to, the person who I think would be the most passionate about this situation, the baby. And what's her name? Pronounce her name for me.
Danny
Lay. The baby and Danny Lay. Did you see the live? The Instagram live? Did you see the live?
No.
You didn't see the live?
Mm-mm.
I'll show it to you. Did you hear anything about it?
I heard about it, but I don't know the details.
Okay. So just tell me from a woman's perspective where you at with how that live went down.
That's going to be my new phrase.
What's that?
I heard about it. I don't know the details.
That's a t-shirt.
I heard about it.
That's a t-shirt. Yeah, I heard about it. I don't know detail.
It was triggering, like, seeing that, because unless you've been that, I don't know how to, it's love, but it's unhealthy, toxic love. And unless you've been that deep in it, then I don't think you would see it from where, like, a person who has would be.
That's an oxymoron, too.
It is,
unhealthy, toxic love?
Yes.
Yeah, because love is not unhealthy or toxic.
No, correct. No, I'm saying it was an unhealthy and toxic type of love.
It wasn't love.
It wasn't. But at the time, that's what you think it is.
Yeah, you think it is.
So, like, you think it's love. And unless you've had genuine love, you don't know what love is.
That's the only kind of love. I want people to know that, too.
Right.
That I agree with. Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah.
So, basically, though, you could just, it's something that's like, what he was saying to her was so hurtful. I get that she was doing some things that was like also triggering to him to put up his emotional protection. So he's gonna do some cap ass shit like tell her you was a side bitch and argue with her and put the camera on her and tell her to get out while she's like feeding the baby and stuff. But it's like you can just see how
it was bucking.
I ain't see it, bro.
Oh no,
I'm mad I ain't see it though.
It was crazy to watch and it was funny, but at the same time when you see her face when she's like, are you serious? Like she's really arguing and you look like, why is this bitch arguing? Because she wants to really make him see how bad you're hurting me.
I ain't even see it, but I want women to tell me like, who the fuck thought the baby was a relationship type of guy?
No. See, that's such okay. Now
Yeah,
that's
I
an
can't-
oxymoron,
yeah,
and
but
I'm gonna
I
tell
can't,
you why,
like,
Bone. Because you know
I
what?
can't do that in this
That's
situation
so
too.
triggering. No,
Normally I
I'm
would
gonna tell
rock.
you
Go ahead.
why.
Normally I would rock with that, but I can't.
I'm
in
gonna
this
tell you
situation.
why. Because when you get with a guy, they don't want you to take what they other baby mama said and use against them, or you're holding their past against them.
Right.
But when you take a man and you decide, yeah, you rap about all this bullshit, but you're telling me that you're gonna be better than me. Like, you're not gonna treat me like you did them other bitches. I'm gonna leave
you know,
your
like
past
I know,
in the
it's some
past.
niggas-
But answer
You
this,
know how some
but
niggas
answer
be
this, though.
capping about how they gonna love and
answer this though,
Yeah.
right? Like they say, bro, if you'll do something in the daylight, I can only imagine what you do behind closed doors. So if he did that, whatever he did to her on live, you think that was the first time he ever tried her like that?
But
right,
listen, I don't
but
think
she's
he,
so deep in that shit. Y'all ain't never been deep in no shit like that
That don't
because
justify-
y'all aren't women.
Yeah, but that
we
don't-
get deeper into shit that we shouldn't get into.
And we go back to emotion, and I
It
understand.
is emotion,
I
but just
understand.
because you're logical doesn't mean another person is wrong for being emotional.
That's
Y'all use the word emotional
Bro,
as if it means
no, there's
bullshit.
nothing. No, women are emotional, and you should
We
be
should be
emotional.
by
But your
nature.
emotion, but
I
your
like that.
right.
That's a
right.
good pushback.
No,
we do sometimes use
negatively-
emotions like it's
we negatively use
Yeah,
our
yeah.
emotions sometimes, and we incorrectly
Right.
displace our feelings.
When
but
it-
that doesn't mean that
when
they
in
aren't.
fact that is the best part of a woman.
Right.
Right,
But
who
it's
the
her-
fuck
but-
wants to be with a girl who's like,
all I'm saying,
good day.
No, all I'm saying is
Like-
women should be emotional because that's your dominant characteristic.
It is.
That is fine. But what I'm saying
That
is
means
this.
we're gonna have a range of them as well.
All I'm saying is whatever the fuck range you got in emotion, you feel me? That is no reason to stay through any type of disrespect. I don't give a fuck how you
not.
feel. You feel me? You have to.
But it's not that easy. That's like a drug addict. You're telling them, just put the pipe down. No one does that to them. They say, damn, man, that was hard, man. They went through this. When they
Right.
had millions of people trying to help them and they have recovery homes
Right.
and you can go for free. But when you're a woman and you are deep in love with a man and you keep believing the toxic shit he says and you've never felt love yourself, you cling to that shit. And you believe that man because you want to prove to him that you're down. Because that's all y'all say y'all want is somebody who stick around and don't use your past against you and forgive you and then allow you to come back. And then when we do, oh bitch, you should have knew that. You was stupid.
Look at her.
Oh,
boy,
you
listen.
should have left.
Look, boy.
like you can't tell somebody what they should have done when they're deep in that
She
shit.
got a
Well,
she got a vein coming
I
down,
was
boy.
gonna say,
Listen,
yeah, I
she
was
for
gonna say-
real
I was
about
gonna say,
that.
I need
That
some.
she gotta-
Yeah, bro. Like,
No, I don't think women get on here and tell y'all the truth about certain
That's
things.
that's
that
why
really
you
get
here.
us fired
That's
up.
why you here.
And telling
Yeah.
me that I shouldn't have loved somebody that I really thought was really fucking with me is some crazy ass shit.
but
Because
this, but see, but,
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but this
because I will give you, and I'm gonna let you ride
Go
out
ahead.
because men do lie.
like,
Men do lie, but
then that girl got to get on there and post all their snaps that she saved
but-
just to prove to y'all that she not stupid. Because she feels
that-
stupid. Because she
I'm,
did see
I'm
red
with you
flags.
because men do. I know how men get in your ear when you laying in that bed and they tell you stuff and then they act
they
another
do
way in
sex
public.
lies.
But
they make us believe it's
just
real.
like you said, that boy shouldn't have been out there in the first place. Sometimes,
my point.
sometimes men look at y'all and be like, "Well, what
My
was you
point.
doing with a nigga like that?"
My point. That's what I. That's
okay,
what. That's
we
what
look
I
at
that's
y'all
what I
like,
meant.
what are you
But-
doing with a
but-
bitch like that? But y'all
but it's
continue
e-
to choose them.
Nah,
But
but
the thing about it, once you
You
pick
choose
somebody, hold
But
on.
listen, but once we take the L, everybody be like,
and
"Niggas
that's-
get
because
get well soon."
right?
nigga,
Because
fuck.
that's
No,
the
they don't.
listen.
Shit.
No, because
they
this is the
don't.
thing.
They
Once
call
you,
Kim K a hoe because she moved on. They call Lori a hoe because she moved on.
Because Lori is a hoe, not because she moved
Because
on.
she
Right.
moved on and she didn't sit in that shit like Danny
Man,
Lay.
if you fuck
don't
six-
sit
listen,
in
let
that
me-
shit, then you not real.
If you fuck 6 millionaires,
How you
you a
know
hoe.
she fucked them
Because you
all?
fuck 6 millionaires.
How you know
Because
she
none of them
fucked
niggas
them
would have
all?
been with her if she didn't
Don't
fuck.
you go by facts?
None of them
Don't
would-
you go by facts?
Here's a fact.
How you know she fucked
I'm a
them
man,
all?
and
How
none
you
of
know she
and
fucked
none
them
of those
all?
men who are legendary fuckers.
You don't
would
know
have
that.
been-
They be soft ass niggas
Snap-
too. Y'all done said that
Yeah,
before.
they
too.
might
Just
be
'cause
soft.
they
No, they
famous
might
and
be
they
soft and.
millionaires, they ain't soft.
No, I didn't say they
will
want. I
pillow
didn't say
talk.
that. I don't. Yeah, they might pillow talk, but
y'all know
what
she
you doing on the
fucked them
pillow?
all?
Yes,
After
I
you
agree
fuck.
with you.
How you know she- I
No,
can
wait
say
a
no,
minute.
but
I
it's
agree
maybe.
with
And
you.
unless you
I
rape me,
agree
I
with
said
you.
no.
Yes, they might have pillow talked, and yes, they might be soft, but they were on a pillow, man.
That don't mean you fuck just because you want to. It's pillows on that couch. You go ahead and
If
fucking
Future
over
was
there.
on the pillow, he fucked on it. If P Diddy was on a pillow,
He fucked on
He's
it.
gay and he uses women as a beard. So next,
Well, he still fucked on
he
it.
ain't fuck her.
Yes. And who else was she with? Laura Harvey. What's the nigga who like white women who pretend to like her?
Exactly.
Michael B. Jordan. If he was on the pillow, He fucked him.
But my point
You don't even make it to the ground
but
unless
my
the motherfucker
point
gets the
Yes,
pussy.
yes.
No, listen,
Yeah, you
listen
don't
to
make it
my
to the
point.
ground.
Listen at the range of women you have. If you stay, you're stupid, and you saw the red
But
flag.
y'all call
If you
y'all stupid.
decide
We don't
to-
call y'all stupid. Y'all call y'all
Okay,
stupid.
Hold on, but
y'all
my point is this.
Y'all are saying, how did she not
Listen,
think
Tanil.
the baby was gonna do
Tanil,
that?
this is my point. He said it earlier when he said, when you talked about the Rittenhauser case, when you in your emotions, and the first thing
I
you
am
say,
definitely in my emotions
hold on, the
because
first,
I am
hold on,
being a woman
hold
that
on,
is
hold
being
on,
honest right now.
hold on,
We are
hold
not
on.
always meant to be logical.
Hold on. Women are emotional, but even with men are logical, but there has to be a balance between
Y'all need
how logical
emotions.
you are and
Y'all
how
use
emotional you are.
them.
But hold on, as a woman, you have emotion, but let's put a little logic in this too, though, because there has to be a balance.
The girl
Just
is like
hold on.
23
It
also.
don't listen. It don't fucking matter. My thing is this, bro. When you go, it's just like buying a car. You go to a car lot and you investigate a vehicle and you test drive it. You can kind of see what the fuck you getting.
Right.
And if you drive it and buy it off the lot and shit start happening with it, those are your problems that you adopted.
That don't mean
So-
he right.
It don't.
I didn't say he was right.
I'm not saying he
Yeah.
right. What I'm saying is she
Well,
wrong
when
for
you-
choosing him, for
Okay,
him to be wrong.
But when you say, what did she think the baby? I didn't think the baby was gonna do that. So obviously,
Why didn't you?
Listen,
Because I
maybe-
didn't think he was
maybe-
gonna put me on live and be a cat.
because
My
maybe-
thing is this is what's
No,
funny. though.
maybe she
What's
didn't
funny?
think
What's
that.
funny, bro?
But-
Women will get with a man that's had 6 divorces
Right.
and expect like, well, maybe I'm gonna be different.
Right.
He says you're different.
Yeah,
Marry
at,
me.
but at
I'm
some
going to
point,
be
what
with
I say don't
you.
matter. It's like if I
You
say I
looking at
love
the
you,
evidence.
right,
Don't
if
be
I say I
lying.
love you and I'm punching you in the face every night, I don't love you.
Maybe her daddy was abusive as well.
but no,
Who
listen,
knows?
I'm
You don't
not-
know her trauma.
And I didn't say this because I don't know about the baby or how they interacted. But all I'm saying is because I do agree with you. I did see the live. I do see
That
some.
shit was embarrassing.
I do see some
for
faults.
him,
I
too.
do see some faults in what the baby was doing. I do see some reasons why he did it. Number
Yeah.
one is he just came out of some shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now, we all know as men, if the woman get the story out first, that's it.
You did.
Don't nobody want to hear nothing else. I just lost a whole lot of money on on my gay comments. The last thing I need is this. Now, tell me that, just be honest. When he called her a side chick,
Yeah.
she ran up on him behind that couch.
She was wrong for that.
No, listen. If he wasn't on live, what she would have did?
Hit him probably.
She would have punched the fuck out of the baby.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
You
saying?
can tell that's what she was doing.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
She ran, brother. She was
I
this
never
close.
put my
She
hands
ran
on
up behind that
anybody,
nigga and close.
I could tell that's what she was doing. I could tell she wanted to grab him.
Yeah.
That's why I said
She said,
did
"My
some
nigga, I'm
shit.
what?" I was like, "Oh yeah, she finna hit this nigga." But here go the thing though. We also gotta understand: was the baby triggering her? Yes, but you gotta look behind closed doors too though. So if she was acting like this, the baby knew she would respond like that.
Right.
That's why he was doing that, right? He put himself on live, which I wouldn't have went on live. He was wrong, number one, for going on live because he could have recorded that without doing that to protect himself, right?
Right.
He could have definitely not went on live. He also was wrong for showing the child,
And then
knowing
did you
that
see-
she was trying not to show the child. He was out of bounds with that too,
And
though.
then you hear how he said her family on some real life Matilda shit.
Right, he was
Basically
wrong for putting
saying
out her
she put
family
a love
business.
spell on him. She does. Her family does Santeria, so he putting out her spirituality that she's never spoke on, saying it's a Matilda, making a joke of it as if she's a fucking witch.
Right.
Which is like, why are you doing that?
He was also wrong for the side bitch comment. Number one, I look at the baby as a real play ass nigga. He probably done had hoes before he had money. You know what I'm saying? But players fuck up too. You understand what I'm saying? Don't call her your side bitch, bro. We seen you with her, dog. I know how a nigga treat his side chick. You get what I'm saying? So even if she was your side chick, I know for a fact you didn't treat her like your side chick, big dog. You can say whatever you want to say. You got pictures holding her over the top forehead, kissing her. I ain't never been like that with no side bro. You feel me?
Right.
So if you moving like that with your side women, you can't even be mad at her for thinking that she wasn't.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, if you get her pregnant as a man, you should be supposed to even leave that out.
Yeah, that's
if
how
you
I
get
feel
a hoe
gone.
pregnant, you out.
Right. That's how
Yeah,
you
you-
gone. You making yourself look bad.
Yes, brother. So he should have left a lot of that out. I do wholeheartedly agree with that. And then here's something that men got to also understand. I didn't understand this when I was young, and it probably led to a lifetime worth of a trauma where my baby mama was in the wrong the entire time. But initially, we don't understand postpartum.
Right.
I can remember I think I had my child at 22, right? I can remember, dog, feeling like, who the fuck is this bitch? You get what I'm saying?
Imagine
like, who are
feeling
you?
that yourself.
Like, yeah, see, but when you young, like, you know, the baby ain't never studied no postpartum. I'm sure he heard the word, but you don't know what
He
it
just
is.
think this motherfucker tripping.
Right. I can remember having the baby and being like, bro, who are you, bro? What are you talking about? The shit that you coming up with, the shit that you expecting me, like, bro, who are you? You was my dog. You had this baby, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? But we don't understand emotionally what you going through and shit like that. So I think a lot of that puts a strain on a lot of relationships. Relationships already be weak and toxic as it is. And then you throw something like postpartum on top of it.
She's gained weight. She didn't. Now people making memes saying what you look like before.
Right, yeah, that's bullshit. That's the internet.
All this shit going
right, that's the internet. That girl just dropped a baby. Yeah,
baby 5 months old.
But even like I say, bro, like
but you're not wrong. She did know what she was getting herself into.
I understand exactly.
Did.
I understand 1,000% what you mean on
but
the emotional side, because
I've
had those. I've been in those type of relationships where I was a dirtbag and the motherfucker loved me to death. But at some point in time, accountability has to kick in. Whether it's accountability when you in it or accountability for choosing it.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just like your children will make mistakes and you warn them ahead of time.
Right.
And when they get in those situations, then you have to come save them. Even if they don't take accountability for being in those situations, you have to take accountability for how you got there.
Yeah.
Yes,
you feel me? So
right.
there has to be some accountability on both parts. And even if she was a side chick, he has to take accountability for making her feel like she was something different.
Facts.
There's accountability on all sides. So my thing is like when women get done wrong and you like something, you can't just tell a crackhead to put down the crack pipe. Sometimes that's the advice you got to give. I understand you addicted and I understand what you in.
Right.
But bro, you got to stop smoking crack. You got to figure out a way to do it. You feel me? Because it's your fault for starting it or even trying it in the first place.
Correct.
But now that we're here, put the crack pipe down.
Yeah.
No, I get that. But I was wanting y'all to see from the other side of it. Women do think differently. And the whole world right now is on the trend of stop using your emotions, which is an attack on being a woman. You want a woman to be soft and submissive. That takes a lot of emotional strength.
Right, but men say that. Men say that to escape accountability for those feelings.
And that's
so that's all I'm saying is just accountability on all halves, on all parts. When women are being emotional and men are being logical, both sides feel like the other side isn't being accountable for what they should be doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah,
I do agree. That's what I'm saying. But that is the other side of it. I had to go through 2 years of finding myself after going through certain stuff.
Right.
That's why I'm saying, like, in your 20s, you do not see shit the same. Like, the way I thought then about what I was supposed to be doing to allow this person to feel that I love them, to prove it, is some shit that right now I would tell somebody that you're fucking stupid, don't do it.
Right.
But I know that it took me learning it, and it took me 2 years to try to learn and find myself to, like, right now, no one could ever get me to even fathom doing no shit like that. Right. But I remember thinking how she was, and I know that shit does not feel good.
Right, but I think that, and what we're saying is not to not be emotional, but too many times women will want this. I hate using this motherfucker's name, but Russell Wilson. Okay, God. I feel like women want that, whatever that Russell Wilson love is, but then they'll date Kodak Black. It's like, what did you think you was gonna get? Which is fine. If you're into that, and for ladies, but hold on, listen. I use Kodak Black as an example, but please don't just picture Kodak in your mind and think that that's the only look of that type of nigga that I'm talking about. No, that could be the smooth doctor, that could be the smooth lawyer, that could be the handsome basketball player, that could be whatever. Like you go into, like, for instance, let's say I dated a woman who was a porn star or a former porn star, right? Now you my homegirl, right? Now you know my girl. I done came here, introduced her to y'all, and I love her. This is my, right? Now, I come back in here a month later
fucking off on you
and be like, damn, dog, I caught the bitch sucking dick, man. These hoes crazy. What would you think? When the part of you saying, like, nigga,
what you expected?
What did you expect?
But, I mean,
that come with it.
Right. Like,
it's like a burger. It come like fries. It come with the burger.
Don't porn stars only do that at work? Do you mean they don't
but to go to work and do that tells you where your head at.
Right.
Just like listen, I'm a rapper myself. I rap about all this shit. And let's say I become this successful rapper. If a woman meets me, I'm a great lover and I'm a great boyfriend. But it's some shit you better expect to come with that. I'm that nigga. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't making this shit up.
Right. Exactly. So, I'm not gonna fuck you over. But
that's the thing. Most guys don't present as who they are. They love bomb you. They do all this dope ass shit. Listen though, Chanel.
What he's saying is this. What he's saying is this.
Why would
Hold on. What he's saying is this. Did she not meet the baby when he was the baby?
Yeah. In the height of the baby.
Being
So
a rapper, so maybe at home he's soft and gentle.
But
He
But
don't
he
know.
could be,
cool,
but
but
you do
my
understand
thing
that
is-
I can love you at home, but I'm the baby when I walk out the door.
It's the same thing. He's saying the
So
porn
I'ma
star.
do
like
some
his
baby
porn,
shit.
His porn star
That's
might be
his
loving
job.
and compassionate at home, but her job is to go suck dick, which means it's in her nature to go suck some dick.
Right.
So it's like all of this shit this man is rapping. And he's consistently rapping. He ain't got one song like this.
Yeah. So
he is probably one of the biggest womanizers in
Right.
music.
So when I'm the baby outside and when I come home, just be happy. Like, yeah, I'm the baby. Here I am. Love me still. You knew what I was, who I
Right.
was, and what I was
So,
gonna do.
okay, but that does not involve him emotionally, like verbally abusing her. Like
Oh
that.
no! But
That was what
I
they were
said,
getting
but I
into
said
it
that in
for.
general.
So, like,
that I
what
didn't
is
approve.
she-
I didn't approve of the
why-
live. I didn't approve of the
Listen.
side chick.
Because
Listen.
because he's a
It's-
rapper,
no,
I should
bro.
be okay with being
my-
called
no,
bitch.
no, no, no.
side
but
bitch.
but my
no,
but
no.
my but
Then
my
what is the what is the
no,
what
he-
is the
he just said-
correlation?
no,
you're
this is the
making?
correlation. Hold on.
Expectation. But go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the exact correlation. Is what he's saying is
Because
that
he raps about the shit, then that means he does it.
no, what he's saying is this: is that if I present my personality in my art, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I can be a different person with you. But that shit is in me. It's a part of me. You feel me? So the thing, it's just like a man. A man might
So
be,
you
hold
don't
on. It might be a man that's nice as fuck to you and sweet as fuck to you. You feel me? But when he gets in his feelings about something or he gets angry, he gonna reach for a different part of him.
Yeah.
That shit is a part of this man. Like this man is not, he's not a facade rapper. We like to think of him as like one of the realest rappers out.
Yeah.
So how can you be the realest rapper out giving us something that's not you?
She almost punched the killer. He's a documented killer.
So and my thing, and it's just like, bro, like
You expect him to be
No,
romantic?
no.
You-
Y'all
like,
are
'cause he-
thinking
'cause
like
he-
men right now.
No,
okay?
but here's
So-
a man that killed two people,
But
and you
okay,
think
so
he gonna be
right.
thoughtful when he
Listen,
angry?
No, but this is
Exactly.
okay.
Right.
Listen, this
I'm a
may
murderer.
be true, but we're women. We don't have what you are thinking from.
Right.
So we're thinking that when he's like, "Hey, baby,"
But you know what's funny about women?
You
Agreed.
think
Hold on,
he
hold
really
on.
come up to me and be like, "Hey, bitch, let me."
No,
No,
hold on,
that nigga gonna
Hold on.
No,
But this
Yeah.
is what
Yes, yes,
this is where
yes.
accountability comes in, though, and this is what's weird about women.
Why
right?
would I use
Hold on.
your job as who you
Hold
are
on,
at home?
Hold on. Let me strike one up for you real quick. What's funny is that how you see how she used emotion to escape a logical situation.
Yeah.
But when it's flipped, they understand logic when it's in their favor.
Yeah.
But when it's not in their favor,
Duh.
they don't understand logic. It's all emotion. Then you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So had this,
But that's everything and everybody.
my point.
Everything. So that means
Yeah.
that means a conversation needs to be had. The baby didn't tell her how he was gonna treat her. That shit comes with it.
But
you already invested a little bit.
But
you like them some.
Tanil, when the dude approaches you, right, and the dude want to talk to you, and you find interest in that dude, you don't take everything he says in account. You go investigate this man. You look at this man's character before you.
Okay,
just
so
like you say all the
maybe
time, bro.
I'm
If a female come and tell you she been with 7 dudes and all of them one shit, you feel me? You got to go investigate her side of it.
Yeah.
To see why.
I learned my lesson on that
Right.
too, though. But
So
yeah,
my
yeah.
point is, like, yeah, bro, you can be the sweetest person in the world to
Okay.
me, but I need to know who you were before me because I need to see what side of you, what other side.
So let me just say this. I am learning to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
I was not always. So she may be a person who was like me. I'm not researching nobody that I meet for real like that. I don't want to know that shit. I want to meet you where you at. I'm not holding nobody for some crazy ass shit
It's not
that
about.
they used
It's
to
not.
do.
It's not about holding.
I'm not going to do that. I'm
Right.
going to meet you where you at, and what you
And that's-
give me is what I'm going to believe until you make me feel
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
shit.
I can meet you where you at. But if you used to punch motherfuckers in the face, I need to know that too.
But you, why?
Because you might that lets me know you are an abuser. You got an abuser inside you somewhere.
Right. But see, and see, like he
Well,
also.
I'm saying these are two
but
different
listen,
ways of people
he
loving
also,
and learning.
He
We
also
do it
has to
different.
take accountability. Yeah, I'm sure the baby was sweet and nice
He
when you
was
meet a
sweet
woman.
and
Every
gentle.
man does that.
Every
with
man
women,
is.
Who's
right?
gonna go up to her the same
I'm
way
sure-
that he ends up arguing
And
with
I'm
her.
sure she wasn't balling her fists up, smacking it in her palm when
No,
they first
she was
met.
not
Right.
either.
Right. But he has to understand accountability the same way. Just like when she was making that song Redbone, antagonizing your baby
She
mama for
was.
being dark skinned.
She was.
Right.
You should have known she had a petty bone at that moment.
And that's why I
You
didn't
get
say
what I'm
nothing about
saying?
the baby mama situation because I feel like you done came at that girl, so she's
Yeah.
going to laugh at you.
She
and
made a whole song called Redbone, brother.
Yes,
Bro,
and
just
you
to
gotta
antagonize
take-
his black baby
from listen, bro.
I'm
and
not
my
even
point.
a
My
Daniel
point is this.
fan because I don't like that she
Listen,
used
man.
the N-word so much and
Listen,
she's not.
my point is this
Oh,
though.
yeah, she is.
So
we learn from
I
the
still,
we
as
learn
a woman,
we
see
learn
the
we-
hurt that was in
listen.
that video, and that shit was embarrassing.
Listen, what I'm saying though is that what we just learned earlier, we basically fucking Going in reverse.
Right.
When you talked about the Rittenhouse situation, what we need to learn is that what looks like the victim ain't always the fucking victim, bro. You got to know the internal workings of shit. We seen Alive and we seen how y'all seen Alive and how it worked. But like, yeah,
but
bro.
But he asked me from a woman's perspective.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I was telling him, this is where your mind is at when you're in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't probably get to see this unless y'all arguing it with someone. So then you're at that point shut off because this shit's crazy.
Right.
But this is what the woman is feeling having a baby that young and thinking that this man was really going to treat you different and you believed him. And you know how many times he probably said, I'm sorry, I love you, forgive me, and you did. And then he embarrassed you publicly like this. And yes, it triggered you to do some shit that you probably was like, I said I wasn't going to do that again. I've never put my hands on nobody, but I know people who do. And they say it just happens.
Yeah, but emotions are
and
not.
It's not right.
And I feel emotions.
Right.
Emotions are not. I just feel like if I keep watching you slam yourself into a brick wall, at some point I'm not gonna feel sorry for you.
But listen,
that's true. But this is the first time we've seen this happen.
But don't be surprised if they end up back together.
It's the first
that's
time.
Number one.
What I'm saying is the first time we've seen it. But I'm almost positive it's not the first time it happened. No. My disrespect.
I believe that's
my disrespect for my woman the first time ain't gonna come on the national stage.
Right.
It's not gonna be on the Instagram live.
No.
Like you say, this is a toxic situation in general.
Yeah, they had issues before.
I do think she should get herself out of it, but I do remember it wasn't that easy to get myself out of thinking like that.
And even if you don't get out of it, understand that what come with it.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised.
And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like when we tell women to take accountability, that does not mean that you're wrong. Like, yes, the baby could have wronged her, whatever the situation was, right? But we just telling her, like, when it's all said and done, and everybody's gauging the sum of what happened, you have to bear some accountability. Just like I said, Kyle was innocent judging by the law, but he does hold some accountability for showing up and being stupid. If he hadn't came, then none of that would have happened.
But I do think that she probably would have never told anyone what was going on. He put it on live.
But see, also, just like I said too, though, in a fight, the aggressor can change in an instance. If I punch Bone right now, I'm the aggressor. But let's say I don't want to fight and I punch him and I haul ass.
Right.
I'm no longer the aggressor. He's chasing me down to punch me back. He is now the aggressor, right? So I believe whatever made the baby get on live was whatever Danny Lay was tripping about, and it was getting heated. So he chose to go online. Now everything that happened when he got on live, antagonizing her, all that shit, I do blame him. Right, because technically, a woman who has your child, was the baby 3-4 months, right? He should have left. Mm-hmm. Instead of trying to put her out and get her to a hotel, bro, he should have left and then had her removed in the morning. Ask her to leave before he showed up, or then have to call the cops when I'm
right. But all that logical shit go out the window when you're trying to be spiteful and you're angry. And I just think that's what happens with people is that, like, when a woman does something angry and out of spite, we got to understand. But when a man does something angry and out of spite, he out of line.
Right. No, that's not true. I don't feel that. The case. I don't. But I mean, I don't feel that though. I don't feel like I said in the beginning. I don't feel that. Like, whatever they were arguing about was wrong. I feel like it's how he embarrassed her publicly on purpose, and now their business is everywhere. Like,
but we don't. But like you say, we don't know what triggered that though.
We don't.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have went on, like, regardless of what it was.
Lie. Did you?
Because he could have filmed. He could have filmed it. He could have filmed it on his phone for protection from the law. And then just got ghost. Yeah. He didn't have to go straight to live, but maybe that was just his default mechanism.
Then he did another video clip of the baby.
Yeah. But players fuck up too. The baby might be a cool nigga or he might be a real nigga, but nobody perfect. Like, you can still be a real nigga and do some bitch ass nigga shit. Like, it's momentarily. Like I said, doing some fuck shit is not a lifelong sentence.
Right.
You could just done some fuck shit in the moment.
Unless you try to stand on the fuck shit, then it becomes a lifelong sentence.
And I think he trying to be cool through it, but looking back in hindsight, just as a man, fuck a real nigga, like as a man, you could have handled that a little bit differently. So I do believe Danny Lay was probably tripping about some shit that she should have expected. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just feel like he could have handled it better.
Yeah. Moral of the story is, goddamn, watch what you choosing, man.
Right. But I can't just say she innocent. He made a whole song against the nigga baby mama.
Oh,
and it was colorism.
She was innocent at all. That's why I said
she made a colorism song.
I don't even like her like that. But I just said that video was. I said immediately it was triggering for me, like watching that, because I feel like it was just so extra, and he didn't have to do all that.
I gotta get up on my current events, man. Too many times I come in here and not know what the fuck going on because I'm gonna
start sending you the clips when we come.
But
somebody sent it to me.
What's funny is though, I delete social media so much. Me and Instagram got a love-hate relationship. I'll be on that shit all day one day and then delete it for 3 days, and the world passed me by. And it's hard to do that to have a podcast because you got to be up on what's happening.
I'm gonna need y'all. Like, hey, that's the new thing as we close up, man. Everybody's going to start being very researched and come in with their own individual topics and ask them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need everybody to watch and pay attention, man. I
don't want to keep saying I don't know. I don't have all the facts.
Yeah, we already the dopest debating podcast there is, though. Like, we going to give it to you as raw as they come.
My dog came with the emotion tonight. I ain't see the vein in her head.
Listen, she was over there chilling on all this Kyle Rittenhouse. You start talking about emotions, that shit popped up like, what's that little shit Lil Wayne got tattooed on the side of his head?
Lightning bolt.
Yeah. I said, damn, that nigga was talking from experience.
I didn't even look over at her. I didn't even see the smoke.
I hate you.
Now, she was for real.
And anybody that know me know I'm the most logical human on the planet. I almost don't function in emotion at all.
Right. That means she done damn near hit somebody before in an argument.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
no.
definitely done punched some chicks.
No, I have not.
You done smacked your fist before.
No.
You ain't never hit one in an argument?
No.
Bullshit.
In an argument with a female?
No,
or
your
we
nigga.
fighting? No, the dude, no, because I know they could beat my ass. I ain't got time for that.
Right.
Like, you're bigger than me. I seen people get domestic abuse growing up, and
Shit, I feel like you just punched your fist on me and we weren't even finna fight. So I
no,
know you got
my words hit like a Draco. I don't gotta do all that.
Lord.
And listen, and we got to stop that domestic violence being. Domestic violence
It
is not
bad
male
on
to
each-
female.
It is bad on each side.
It could be female
To
to male as
correct.
well. We need
No,
to stop.
yes.
Keep your fucking hands to
Yes.
yourself.
I don't
Stop it.
believe in that shit at
Right.
all. Like I said, I've seen.
You don't keep your hand to yourself,
I've seen
if you
a
get your
woman-
teeth knocked in,
Correct.
stop acting like you a victim. Stop acting. You punched the shit out of somebody. That's just like if I go punch somebody who can beat my ass. If I punched him, it ain't my fault. He beat my ass.
And my thing too though is we got to charge women for the same thing, even when it's not domestic, even when it's being an antagonist. You feel me? And you antagonizing the motherfucker. We got to treat them the same way. Just like if that situation was flipped and she was embarrassing him on live, it would be a running joke.
Right.
It would be a meme.
No,
we would
I
have
would
fun.
say
But
she
now
wrong too. That's wrong.
you would, but
you probably
you know the internet. He would be a meme.
Yeah.
He would be a bitch ass nigga for letting her try him like that. He'll be a meme. We and it would be taken lightly. But because it was flipped and it was almost like, I'm sure watching that, I hadn't seen it, I'm sure watching that was equivalent to like watching a man hit a woman a little bit. You feel me?
Oh, that's what y'all should.
Yeah. So it's like almost like
Batman.
not necessarily.
We'll
We
cover
got
that
time.
next time.
What's that?
That nigga Stacey Adams. Is that is not Stacey Adams?
I
but
don't. Kelly.
Zach Stacey.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Boy.
My God.
Listen.
He did that to one of your white queens. So you know he cooked. Them folks bounty
But you
hunting
know
him.
how many times it's happened for her to say stop. That's
listen,
all she
I-
said.
I-
What I
I'ma
told
say
him,
that-
what
yeah,
I told him,
listen,
I told him,
She's
I said,
strong.
hold on. It ain't even that she was strong. What I told him, I said, bro, it looked like she was really like she felt like she did something to earn getting through the TV.
I wonder
what she did
what
because
make you that
nobody
angry?
throws you through the TV and you that calm
Right.
and you just like, can we just talk? And you get through the TV and you just like,
she kind
come
of
on.
like she understood. Like I understood
Like you
why you
understood
whooping
why
me,
I threw
but
me-
chill.
Right.
No, it's because you don't want to make them aggress anymore.
I can
You
believe
can't
that,
get
yeah.
more aggressive than what he was.
No, but I
No,
can believe
but
that.
they-
Yeah, I can believe it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
She,
I'm
boy,
not gonna say she did. I'm not saying she deserved it at all.
Yeah, no,
there's
not
no
at all.
excuse.
No, there's no
It's
excuse.
like
But
it's-
that
that's
nigga
how-
need to be
that's how
shot in
you
the
know-
head. That
That's how
nigga's
you know
bucking.
it's happened so much.
Yeah, whatever-
'Cause
whatever
It's
he-
like
yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
be as calm as possible, not to make
He
you
need his
mad.
ass beat. Yeah, and I can believe that too.
when I seen his head and his mug shot, how
Right.
big his head and neck was,
Right.
I said, boy, they finna give him 1,000 years. You
And
ain't
he
got
deserved
no
it.
business.
And he deserved it,
bro.
It's just that when he threw her reaction was
look-
kind of like, "Hey, chill, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. What
I know
did
I
you do?
fucked up, but
right.
don't do this.
Yeah, like he
Like,
like,
I
I
was
know
just
I
like-
cheated on you, but damn, like
Yeah.
that's how I kind of felt. But you like,
But you
said,
can tell he frequents that though. He
Oh yeah,
he loved to put
no,
it
that, that when you throw somebody through a TV, that ain't the first time.
Yeah, no. Like I just snatch you off the couch and
Right.
throw you through the flat
The only
screen.
thing that made it, unless she gave you AIDS, and I'd be like, okay. If she gave him AIDS, okay, don't act like y'all ain't never seen appropriate domestic violence.
That boy we said appropriate domestic violence.
I'll say this and we're close. I went to a movie. Do y'all remember the Tyler Perry movie with Sanaa Lathan in it?
Yeah.
Okay, when she had the boss that she was working for,
Yeah.
and the dude found out she had all that extra money in the bank. They was living like they was poor, but she had like half a meal,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And then he found out the boss that she was working for, that she got him a job to go work with her husband, right, was fucking her the whole time, right? And then he was like, well, I'm going to just divorce you and take your son. And she said, it's his son. And that nigga slapped her across the thing.
Yeah.
No woman in there said nothing.
cheered.
Every woman in the movie was like, hell yeah, fuck that bitch. Because they was right, though.
Yeah.
She fucked that man over the whole time.
She did,
And,
man.
right, so don't act like y'all don't approve of nothing.
No.
I'm not saying
No.
it's right. But I was in the movie theater and I saw women be like, hell yeah. So,
Bro,
right.
and what's funny is when you
That's
see
deep.
domestic violence, bro, it's
Right.
almost always a football player. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Aggression, brother. You
You just used to. It's second nature to put your hands on the motherfucker. It's
Once you
rarely a
teach them
basketball
to do
player.
that for so
It's rarely a
long.
baseball player, and it's never a quarterback. You feel me? It's never a wide. It's always a running back, a linebacker, or a defensive lineman.
Agreed. As much as
Can
I
they
love
play no
football,
more football?
as much as I love football, I will say absolutely. If you could train your mind to do anything, and you have to be borderline crazy to play
Or
football.
boxers.
I tell
Boxers
anybody
do
that.
it too.
Right, but you have to be borderline
Right,
crazy
yeah.
to fight.
Right, absolutely.
To have a physical altercation, there's a poll that shows that physical altercation is more scary than death for most human beings. You understand? So to constantly, like in football, you're taught when you got an issue with somebody, go head up with him, push him over. It's man on man. It's full contact at all times. You have to be wired to not fear that. I've seen the biggest gangsters, bro, step on the football field when we had our state championship
get
team.
real soft, get real weak.
We gone. We going back out here to selling dope and guns because this hit is crazy.
Right.
You feel me? That I'm running into niggas bigger than me, and
Miniature
this
car accidents every play.
exactly.
I gotta get in a 40-mile-per-hour crash in this Honda 12 times tonight.
Exactly. So understand that, but that behavior that he displayed is rewarded on the football field. You understand what I'm saying? That level of crazy you get paid for. You get what I'm saying? So it is, once you get off, I struggle with that shit. When I came into the regular working force off football, somebody had to get me though. You feel me? If I had a problem with a coworker, what you think I'm trying to do? I'm in a whole office. You get what I'm saying?
But
hey man, what that shit you say? I'm ready to, because that's what I'm taught. And they talking about like, nah, dog, we send emails.
As a football player though, you need to understand though that hitting a white woman is like hitting the referee. That's the one person you don't hit.
Red flag, out of the game, ejected
forever.
Yeah.
And
You put your hands on one of them zeros, you'll never play again. Never play again, boy.
Man, listen. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Anxiety Issues Podcast. Tania, you officially part of the set. Your first official episode. I like that. Now you got to push back on all the topics like that. Now you know what to do.
We want to see that
You
vein
ready?
again. We know how to get that
All
vein.
the time, baby. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Anxiety Issues Podcast. I'm Adam 12 Taylor here with Boneface of Boneface Inc. and the lovely Tania. Till next time.